please visit us at audible.co.uk/360 to download a free audiobook with over 60,000 titles available, including the whole Game of Thrones series, World War Z, and many, many more. So visit us today at audible.co.uk/360.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Band from 65 international territories.
Hi there, and welcome to 360GamerCast, the world's #1 British gaming podcast.
This is 360G.
Hello and welcome to 360GamerCast episode 260 for Tuesday the 23rd of April 2013. I'm your host Mark Webb, gamertag and PSN ID and Steam ID Webby317, and joining me on this fine evening is...
Every day's great at your Juness. It's Kali Wally.
If you can hear your own voice, then you've configured Skype correctly. It's Headcase.
To the windows, to the walls, to the sweat drops off my balls. It's Clarky31.
Kumbaya, my lord. It's Trip McNeely.
How could I go back? Illmatic 972. I ain't even gonna say anything.
The silent all-rounder, Carl360.
And it's Mr. Peebs. And as you may know, last week I was put down the challenge for the Walking Dead game, and anyone who had played it, who agreed with me, which was many, I had to pick them out of a hat, but the lucky one is Arishimitsu.
Boomshanker.
Or Ash for short.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom, 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 shake the room.
He must have been the only person in the world who
No,
contacted
I was
you.
inundated. I had to hunt him down. No, actually, when I first started playing it a couple of weeks ago, whenever it came out, he was the only. I think it was two. I think Hogarth might have been playing it as well, and Ash was playing it as well. And he messaged me saying that did I like it, and the messages were going back backwards and forwards saying how much
just
he
let
was enjoying
everybody
it, how
know
much
this
I was
is the
enjoying it.
crap version. The first person version. But before we get into that, guys, I just want to... Obviously, a lot of people don't follow us on social media websites, especially Twitter. We use Twitter a hell of a lot, but also the Facebook page, facebook.com/360. This is the last 360 GamerCast, everybody. The final one. So next week's show will still happen, but it will be under the name of Mojo Radio. And hopefully by the time you listen to this podcast, the new website will be live, which is mojo-interactive.net. It's looking pretty sweet right now, but due to time constraints, the site will launch in a beta stage, and stuff will still be changed after it's gone live as well. So you will not be getting the final finished product on launch. It will still take a little while for it to get up to the high standard that everyone expects. So yeah, it's the last 360 GamerCast podcast, and it's only right that Cole360 joins us as well, because he is one of the founding members of the podcast. He's been with us since episode 1. Pretty much thought of the name of the show as well. So
Just spur of the moment thing.
So Cole's here. What a perfect way to finish it off, really. The first show and the last show, Cole.
Yeah, I know. It's mad, isn't it?
It just seems to have flown by, and it seems like yesterday.
I mean, I still remember the first episode where we were just like ridiculously posh.
Yeah,
When I got-
yeah, 360 GamerCast.
360 GamerCast.
With no intro music, no outro music, and it was really weird because we were originally just Xbox only, and we have been throughout most of the show's time on the internet. But the way it come about was just quite weird, because I was a heavy user of the Xbox forums back then, and I was listening to a lot of other podcasts, mainly American ones, and wasn't really any British ones out there. So I thought, right, I'm going to make a British one. Xbox forums then. So I went onto the forums and I just said, anyone fancy joining me on a podcast? And Carl was one of them people who responded on the forums, and we just went from there, really.
We started talking about a name, like maybe after a week or two of getting together. It was me, you...
Hooded Viennetta.
Oh, he hated being called Viennetta. It was quite funny.
What the hell's a Viennetta, by the way?
It's basically over here. We got an ice cream. It's like an ice cream block called Viennetta, and it's like
so nice.
Oh, it's amazing.
You know, I've got a
Send me one in a parcel.
Oh
You
no,
can't,
it's
it's
ice
ice cream.
cream.
I don't care.
It'll be melted.
Have one for Eurogamer.
I
Yes.
will tweet you a picture of it.
We'll get you one for Eurogamer, Colin.
Lovely.
But yeah, Viennettas are amazing. Anyway, his name was Hooded Vendetta, and who else was it? Was it Tom as well?
Oh, we had
TBB
he was
Tom.
a Welsh guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, TBP
Some
Tom.
Welsh guy.
Whatever happened to them?
They just disappeared. It seems like all the Welsh and the Scottish people just disappear off the face of the earth. I don't know if it's something in the
They
blood
get jobs
or what.
voicing Mr. Drippy.
Yeah. So yeah, and the rest of the crew were originally fans of the show, so it's really, really nice. Colin's been with us for a long time as well.
Yeah, did I join in the 20s or 30s? I can't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember you emailed me. I
Yeah.
was like, oh man, an American dude, we've got to get him on. And now we've got loads of you.
He met the standard American dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was all good, really. And here we are, and moving on to bigger and better things with Mojo Interactive. So hopefully we'll grow and grow, but who knows? Who knows? It's just a bit emotional because that's just a name and a logo that's been with us for a long time. But as I say, change is always good. Well, most of the time.
Changes. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, let's just we've had an iTunes review this week from Anthony Williams. He says, top notch, the best podcast to end of. Webby and the boys pull it out of the bag every episode. Popeye 2011. And I did have an email. Oh, there's two emails. One from Dan. I'm going to read it now. From Dan Towles, he says, sorry I cannot be there this week for the final 360G as I'm currently locked up in Nevada bolt hole, stuffing my face with Cheetos and margaritas to the soundtrack of America's a Horse with No Name. Suffice to say, the time as 360G has been a blast, and I am sincerely glad to have spread the love these past 2 years, boring you all shitless, talking about the latest Japanese platform puzzle platformer racer toilet habit simulator. So in the words of Cameo, word up, it was a heavy night, Dan. Isn't that nice?
Nice.
Very nice.
And Dan Horn sent us a nice email saying, well boys, what can I say? For the past 4 years of my life, I've been able to download a little show called 360GamerCast every week, and it's been such a great journey to follow the development of it, and I'm glad to have witnessed and be a part of it. I cannot thank you guys enough, especially Webby, for all your hard work and dedication to put a show out almost every week, and your ability to always put a smile on my face is admirable. Whether it be the ever so funny prank calls all the way through to last week's hilarious outtakes, you guys always come across as hilarious yet down to earth guys who enjoy video games, which definitely is 360G's unique selling point over its competitors. And now this chapter is closed, and I thank you guys once again for helping me slog through all the hours of revision I've had to entail, and I'm looking forward to the new era of Mojo Interactive, as I can only see big things for you guys. Cannot wait until my AS levels have finished so I can get back into the community once again, and I hope to be a part of the new changes as much as I can. Thank you very much, you beautiful people, and here's to another few years of success for Mojo. Gamertag DanDan217.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers, Dan.
Cheers.
I'm going to have a big gulp of whiskey. Hear the jingle.
I'm on Jim Beam.
Oh.
Dan is such a well-spoken, bright young lad, and when he came on the podcast a couple times, Webby, in the specials you did, you listen to him. He's very articulate, and then you look at his Twitter feed, and you get quite scared.
What, does he rage out?
No, there's some disturbing images that he likes to retweet and stuff.
Good boy.
He has fun on Twitter, obviously.
Don't we all?
Indeed.
So that's all of that. So let's just go into podcast mode then. So let's just talk about the latest games that we've been playing, and then we can get Peebs' friend on to talk about Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Let's just get it out of the way. This week I have put more hours into a Sony product than my Microsoft product.
They make Fleshlight?
No!
I know. What is the world coming to? I thought Defiance would hold me again for another week. I did put a lot of hours into it, but Persona 4, going to Junez, what can I say? It's just addictive, man. I'm loving it.
Tell us what's so good about it.
Well, for me, Persona 4 is... I haven't played a JRPG like this in ever. It's like you're living this life as like a high school kid, doing all the normal stuff that you do, but then you and your friends have this secret that no one else knows, and you go into the TV world and you have to defeat all these monsters and save people who've been kidnapped from the real world and gone into the TV. And I just love all them aspects of it, you know. And I know a lot of people are going to fall asleep listening to this, but it's just, I love talking to my friends, taking people out on dates and going fishing and doing little side quests and getting all my test scores right in
Can
my
I just
school
say,
exams.
This game's sounding really, really gay.
Well, you would know, Carl. And you know what music I'm going to be playing for you when I've edited this.
No.
I still have it.
You haven't.
I have it.
Oh, you're a twat.
I'm going to do it right now.
I'm going to eat so much gay porn.
So it's just that aspect of you just. So basically, it's in day cycles. So you have something to do most times in the morning, afternoon, and evening. On a weekday, it's school in the morning, school in the afternoon, and then after school, you do like a club or you go and do a job, and you build up your social skills with different people. And building your social skills actually like boosts your XP in a way of you rank up your personas. So your personas are like, I can only explain them as summons if you're comparing it to like Final Fantasy, and that kind of ranks them up and you can like fuse them together and make more powerful ones, etc., which greatly help you in battle. So that's really good, and it's just done in a proper Japanesey crazy way is all I can say. And there's a lot of, when you're talking to the girls especially, there's a lot of that innuendo as well, isn't there? So, you know, and you're just like, come on, I want something to happen here. But it never does. But so far, this game is amazing. What about you, Colin? Is it too crazy for you yet?
No, I'm 15 hours in, and, well, it's too crazy for me to stop playing, no, but it's definitely crazy, and I just find myself shaking my head at the Japanese corn. This is just dripping with corny, crazy Japanese. Yes. But again, I mean, I haven't played a game like this ever, and it's very, very, I mean, there are a lot of similar things in the combat style. You know, the summons is similar to kind of my most recent played JRPG, which was Ni no Kuni, but this is like Bully mixed with freaking The Sims mixed with Ni no Kuni, mixed with Final Fantasy, I would imagine. And so I'm finding the combat to be very, very enjoyable. It's turn-based, round-based combat, classic JRPG. There's like, 8 or 10 different elements, like wind, electricity, physical, fire, ice, all that shit. And what's cool is you can, those different elements are, the enemies are resistant to those attacks or weak to those attacks. And so there's a lot of trying new things when you have new enemies, figuring out, okay, what's going to work well against this new enemy. And then there's this analysis mode where after you've successfully beaten an enemy, you can go back and look, okay, what worked well against that enemy. So when I find a similar enemy of that same type going forward, I can use that same strategy and save myself the effort. But there's definitely like an experimentation phase that goes on in the combat that I'm finding enjoyable. For people who aren't into this game yet or don't know much about it, there's this social real world and then there's this TV world, like Webby says, and that's where the dungeons are. I'm finding the dungeons very repetitive and overly long. Mm-hmm. They take a long time to go through, at least 1 hour per dungeon, and it's very difficult to save, at least in the first couple of dungeons. You do get the ability to save mid-dungeon, but and it's very, very repetitive in that regard. The aesthetics are all the same and things like that. That's one thing I would knock about it. But just the ability to go through a day cycle. You have competing demands on your time. Who are you going to hang out with?
Yeah.
Who are you going to ignore? That type of thing.
I find that really annoying as well sometimes, Colin, because it's like I'll be like having someone coming up to me going, "Don't forget you got basketball practice tonight," and then I also have a job that I could do that night, and then Yukiko or someone like that will come up to me and go, "Oh, do you want to hang out with me tonight?" So I normally choose that one.
Yep. So I mean, there's competing demands on your time, and you're not able to meet all those demands, right? So you do have to pick and choose, and so that's kind of a wrinkle there. I'm fascinated by the game. I don't know how else to say it, and I can't wait to play more of it. Mm-hmm. Josh, I am most surprised that you're into this game because I don't remember you ever being really into JRPGs. Tell us why you are into this.
I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, it's the same for me. There's so much nonsense.
I tried Final Fantasy, 13, right? And just ultimately couldn't get on with it. This, I think it has a lot to do with the Vita itself, right? It's such an intimate little experience, and it works perfectly for this game as opposed to some of the other games I've tried on there. But there's just constantly new systems, and it's just, you never know what's going to happen next. Like, I was tweeting, the phone rang. I was at the Dojima residence, which is your house that you're staying at. Well, where's his parents at anyway?
They went overseas on a job assignment is all it says,
Okay.
I think.
So he's staying with his uncle, which is a detective who's investigating all these murders happening. And he's staying there, and the phone rings at night, and he's like, "You're not going out at night?" Turns out it's this creepy-ass teacher that just wants to – he's harassing another female student on a street corner, and you show up, and he gives you a jersey and tells you to piss off. And
but the game is quite creepy at times because that teacher bloke and there's another one you'll be in class, and I remember it well, like they had one of the female students and he's standing there teaching the class. He's like, "Oh, you're very cute, aren't you?" And then he's like, "Please don't tell your parents I said that, I'll get fired." And you're like, what the hell is this weird shit?
Typical Japanese paedophilia.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's awesome at the same time.
Dude, this game addresses homosexuality in a way that I don't think, or feminism versus masculinity and like social expectations, people, teenage angst in terms of it's like the freaking Breakfast Club for Japanese teenagers, dude. This game, it does so much.
It's interesting because it's very mature based theme. Like the psychology behind the game is very mature, yet the game has this skin of being just wacky, crazy Japanese shit. But then you hear some of the stuff that their shadow personas are actually saying the shadow world, and the amount of genuine, raw, just disgusting filth that people have going on in their brains that they throw out there is really impressive. The way how genuine they got that.
Like jealousy, especially, and then there was the other one with that. I don't know how far you are, Josh, but there's the second dude you're saving is trying to hide from the fact that he's gay.
Spoilers.
And he's like being all tough and macho.
Is that what the rest of you are doing also?
Yeah. It's really interesting. So, and one thing I just want to correct from last week, this was originally a PS2 title released in 2008.
Yep. One other thing, the music The J-pop. It gets stuck in my freaking head. I wake up in the morning, and it's all I freaking hear in my head.
The Dojima Residence music is the shit.
Oh, you know what the end music's going to be for this podcast.
Do it.
Okay, can we talk inside baseball for 2 seconds? Why am I fusing personas? Why do I want to do
powerful.
that? Okay, but do I lose what they're good at?
The resistances and the strengths against certain element types can come together. And then, shit, I don't know what dude, I'm still figuring that out. I just know
it's quite confusing.
I've one persona and he's a lot stronger now. So
okay,
yeah. and make sure you take out Marie as well.
She's in the Velvet Room.
Yes, and then cloning skills. Does that mean I can take a skill from one persona and put it onto my other personas?
Yes. When you fuse personas, they will have a couple skills set by default, like 2 or 3, but then there's 8 slots total. So to the extent that you have skill cards or you gave skill cards to What's-Her-Face and are able to buy them, you can take like a healing spell or your go-to electricity spell and put them in that persona. Awesome. So you can kind of customize the persona to have the attacking and healing that you want it to have.
Awesome.
Oh, I've not done that, so I'll try that.
Registering personas or not registering personas?
I don't know what that's all about.
Confused. Okay. But Josh, when you're in a dungeon, you got that little SOS sign in the corner.
Yes, that mechanic's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
make sure you always press it because then when you go into your next battle, if people have sent aid, it buffs all your characters, so they get a little bit extra HP and MP, and it makes them a bit more powerful.
Okay, so this isn't live. Somebody coming into my game and helping me?
No, it's not. No.
It's you get other people's SOS requests, and there's just a button that says "Send Aid," and you tap it, and it buffs them. And you push the SOS button. Other people are responding in kind by clicking "Send Aid," and then the next time you fight a boss, you'll be buffed at the start of the fight. You'll get a little health restored, a little magic restored.
Wicked. It is shuffle time. It is shuffle time.
There's never been a game that's ever done anything like that before, and I find that to be very cool and very interesting. So. Shit, but I know
on a side note, I'm having an Easter egg.
Good job.
So yeah,
where do we go from here, Webby? Are you drinking more whiskey?
Yeah, sorry, I was just having a sip of whiskey there. So yeah, Persona 4, amazing game. Definitely worth purchasing a Vita just for this game. I would say it's worth the money.
I think so too. In all seriousness, this game is worth the purchase of a Vita.
Definitely. Amazing. Okay, so other games I've played this week is Forza Horizon 1000 Club DLC. You can find a review video on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Mojo Interactive Net.
Why are you moaning about this DLC, Wemmy?
Okay.
Yeah, Webby had a right rant.
Right, yeah, so...
Yeah, you got a bad mood. What was that all about?
Before I go into that, I just want to say I've been working my arse off putting loads of videos on this YouTube channel, so people, please watch the videos. Because there's now advertising on them, and I want some money from the adverts, please. Put it out there. Yeah, so Microsoft put out this 1000 Club DLC for free. I thought, oh, that's very nice of them. You know, they normally charge people for a season pass or whatever for DLC, and it gives you 1,000 challenges to do, 6 for each car, and there's achievements linked to getting gold medals with the cars. And the achievements I thought looked really easy. I was like, bloody hell, you know. There's one achievement for getting 1 gold medal with 7 Ferraris. I thought, oh, that's all right. I'll go and do it. So I'll do it in like 4 Ferraris, and I go to get in the next one, and it's like you need to either be a season pass holder to get this car, or you need to pay for it. And I was like, what? So basically, I've been on to True Achievements and loads of other websites, and they're all moaning to fuck about this game now, because basically Microsoft have released a supposedly free DLC pack, but you need to either own the season pass or purchase the cars with real money to actually earn the achievements, which in my book is bollocks.
So all the people that had 100%ed the achievements now have empty achievements that they can't get unless they spend money?
Yes. which I think is dirty back.
Oh, it's nothing new.
Yeah, you're getting free shit. Why do you care?
Because I can't get my Chivos, man,
What
innit?
about the G?
If you like the game so much, spend the money on the DLC.
Well, if it was Peeps, he'd be up in arms as well. Back me up.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it from both points. Both points. Obviously, it's free, so you can't moan too much, but that is purposely done, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it is a tactic there. I think we're going to see a lot more of it as well.
It's incentive. There's nothing wrong with it. They haven't. It's just incentivizing you to buy their DLC.
It's not
no worse off. You are no worse
Then
off.
you can't 100% your G unless you're purchasing shit.
Well, if you like
Who gives
Forza
a
so
shit?
much, why haven't you purchased the DLC?
Well, I purchased the rally pack, and I've purchased.
It's your game of the year.
and
It's
I've
your game of the
purchased some
decade.
car packs, but then I thought, well, then what's the point of me buying the season pass now?
So you can get your Chivos.
Oh, you're all fucking bastards.
Season's nearly over.
Yeah. Grid's out in a few weeks. I'll be playing that next anyway. Forza can go in the bin after that.
Grid 2, Game of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
Until they release Chivo-related DLC.
Yeah.
And then it's the shittest game he's ever played.
Yeah. So that was my little rant of the week, and so I went and played my PlayStation for a bit. It made me feel a little bit better. Other games I've played this week. Capcom were nice enough to email me the Arcade Cabinet 1984 DLC. And I did do a little video review of that for YouTube, and it sucks donkey balls.
Oh dear.
Mainly because I was born in 1984, so I don't remember any of these games anyway, so I really should have given the code to Peebs in hindsight for him to play.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. One of his remaining bastions of 360 Gamercast gets Jack Diddley Squat. Don't even get invited on specials. I don't even know why I turn
Defiance
up.
special?
Yeah.
Well, you don't even like Defiance.
Then you have all your cronies on to back your games up. I'll get one of my cronies on and you besmirch him.
I haven't besmirched him yet.
Besmirch.
Yeah. So it's got 3 games, then they're all just shit. So that's enough of that. And played loads of Defiance as well this week with Switch. Didn't really see Carl on very much this week. He's obviously been asleep. But that's still going good. Watched the first episode of the TV show. I was very,
I've watched that now.
impressed. It was awesome.
Yes.
Jared was also impressed.
No way.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough.
Well, Jared, welcome to Defiance.
Are you going to pick the game back up, Jared?
Not a fucking chance in hell.
I'm loving Defiance.
Awesome.
I'm loving the TV show. They did have a big patch this week, which did have something
Yes,
to
took
do
me about
with,
an hour to download it.
Yeah, because you're on Virgin. And they had stuff that linked to the TV show, because at the end of well, I'm not going to spoil the TV show, but they just had stuff where you could put lanterns in the sky, which was quite nice. Anyway, that's what I'm going to say. So
See, now, telling people the small plot of the TV show isn't really a spoiler. The fact that they're celebrating Armistice Day.
Yeah, okay.
That's not really a spoiler.
Well, it's like, for the memories of the fallen. Memories. Just want to say I've done a video review today of Gianna Sisters, Xbox Live Arcade, so go and check that out. And I've also been playing this week, which I've just made a video for, but I've not edited it yet. Dishonored Knife of Dunwall DLC. If you're a Dishonored fan, this DLC is very, very good. You play as the enemy assassin from Dishonored, and it sort of tells his story, which is very, very interesting. But this DLC is hard as nails. You can die in an instant. My recommendation, play it on easy, because that's what I'm doing. And I have no qualms in saying that at all.
Play it on Webby settings.
Yeah, play it on Webby setting and you will be fine.
How long?
I've not completed it yet, and I've put a couple of hours into it so far, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Okay.
It's very interesting, but very tough at the same time. It's just getting back into it, but yeah, very good piece of DLC so far. I'm quite impressed. I'm a massive Dishonored fan anyway, so that's all good. And just usual other stuff, Wipeout on the Vita. And I played the demo for Soul Sacrifice as well. And I didn't like it at all, so I deleted it and I cancelled my pre-order. That is all I've played this week.
Is that how bad it is?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I didn't.
Is it a
It's not my
JRPG?
thing, man. No, it's more like a hack and slash and bloody. Oh, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of a game on the Xbox.
Hunted, Demon's Forge.
Something. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea, really. Perhaps it's a good game, but it just didn't demo very well anyway, and I just deleted it. So, yeah, that's all I've played. Before we get into what anyone else has been playing, Peebs, talk to us. Peebs and Ash, talk to us about The Walking Dead, Survival Instinct, and why you enjoy this shit game.
Oh, sorry, I've been talking. I'm on mute. Sorry. As you know, I put quite a bit of time into this, and I completed it 3 or 4 times. I was going to go for the full 1000G, but didn't in the end. I got about 900G on the end. So Ash, if you want to tell us what you liked about it and pick it up for me.
Well, you can't. If you're a fan of the TV series, you can't really deny yourself the glorious experience of playing this game. It's it's a good tactical element with regards to getting your survivors to search for fuel or ammo or bits and bobs. And it's not just made up characters; it's ones that are featured in the show. So.
The graphics are shit. The gameplay shit.
But
when I was live streaming it was shit.
The graphics were shit on Homefront, and I quite enjoyed that. So
Space Invaders, the graphics are shit.
Amazing.
Pong, the graphics are shit.
Hey, man.
Did they get the whole voice cast from the TV show to reprise their roles on the game, or is it stand-in stuff that
no,
totally different?
It's fully legitimate, but yeah, I know it's. I've got a mate who he doesn't like Christopher Nolan, and he's sort of denying himself the pleasure of watching the Batman trilogy. And I don't think you can apply that to, I think it's crap, so I'm not going to play it. If you're a fan of the show, then obviously play through it. But yeah, if you've never watched the TV show, then just jog on. But
I'm a fan of the show.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth it. The Back to the Future Telltale games wasn't brilliant, but I'm such a massive fan of the trilogy. I played through it, and you just can't deny it. So I'd be like Alien, Colonial Marines. No one else is going to make a game of that. Goes on to the end of Aliens, and sometimes
nobody's definitely going to make another one.
Yeah. But sometimes you just have to shut up and play it, and take what
you're not convincing me.
What other game is it most like?
It's like no other game you've ever played.
Yeah, it's
Oregon Trail.
There is a uniqueness to it.
It makes Sherlock Holmes look good.
Well, there is a lot of things that are unique to it. There's obviously sweating when you run, attracts walkers, and
same animation for walkers when you're killing them.
Yeah, but the trick is just to straight
you don't
straight
actually
round behind
physically
them.
push objects; they just float in the air when you press a button.
You got to give these guys a break. It might be the first
Dude,
first
I haven't seen
a game.
stuff like this since 2001. Maybe even earlier.
Well, I've seen it in Defiance.
The first Half-Life.
Yeah, I bought Defiance the other day, but I've played about 15 minutes actual gameplay
We're not talking about
in about
Defiance, we're talking about Walking Dead.
but 3 hours.
Just wait, Ash. We'll come on to slagging Defiance off in due time. Let Webby have his fun for now. Come on.
But I enjoyed it. Yeah, go on.
It's definitely got a uniqueness to it. First impressions, I wasn't keen, but the more I sort of played it, the more I got into it. The graphics aren't great, but we're constantly saying on it, graphics. Yeah, but the graphics don't
voiceovers
always.
ain't great. The music ain't great. The shooting
Theme
ain't great.
tune's awesome.
Yeah, the voice
Yes,
is
the
pretty
best part of the
because
game when like the title screen.
The hairs stand up on the back of your neck when you hear the theme tune.
Is it J-pop?
I'm gonna write the theme
it's
tune.
like I said when it first came out. The idea and the premise of the game is brilliant. It's just that none of it is implemented very well. It's sort of a half-rate job. But if it was done better, then they'll have a real good game on their hands. The way you sort of travel down the map, you can pick your route. Like Ash says, you can get your guys to go off and scavenge things for you. You can pick what you want them to do, like your food, weapons, or aid, fuel. And they come back, but then it'll give you a percentage of what chances they have of making it back. You can give them weapons. The first playthrough, like I said, you can have a second playthrough, and it'll be slightly different because you can take different routes on the map. What was your gamer score overall on it?
Well, I'm currently at about 300, but I'm going to go back for it again. But we had one copy each per platform because I work at a certain retailer, and they sold out on. I mean, it's only one copy, but they sold out on day one. On
Is that the one you got?
I bought the Xbox one, and I had.
Did you have to reserve that shit?
I had to turn away about 5 or 6 people.
Yeah, you had a lot of people come in asking for it. So the interest is there.
So they could have sold 7 copies.
Exactly.
Did you boost the store's numbers?
We had a delivery about a week later of about 4 copies, and they all just sold out straight away. So,
I'm pretty sure they probably brought it right back.
The statistics.
Was this to purchase or to rent?
It was to buy only because it really was an exclusive title.
Oh yeah.
Be interesting to see how much. Do a bit of research and see how the figures how many it did sell.
Yeah.
No, I'm guessing too many. Right, probably just the
So
6.
Ash, is this a 5 out of 10 that people must play?
I'd probably 5, or if you're a big fan of the TV show, it's probably 5 or 6. But
see, we sold it.
There we go.
We sold it.
You've definitely sold it, Peebs. You can pay the man now.
boom.
It's an E-. See me after class.
I mean, it's tons better than a lot of the stuff I've played, Hannah Montana and Disney Fairies.
Peebs, who is this man?
Disney Fairies? Dude, you play the same games as Hannah.
This is Taz
Army of 2. Fucking Hitman Absolution.
Oh my god. He's a fellow Chivo whore.
Yeah, 185,000 gamer score.
Oh, I've not scooped down to that level.
Yeah, I mean, Peebs has standards. I don't have any, so...
What did you say your gamer score was?
185,260, I think.
Jesus.
I've done stupid things for gamer score, but...
How many Xboxes have you been through?
Well, I'm on a Slim at the moment, 250 gig, but I probably would say I'm on my 5th or 6th, but a lot of that was
wait
just...
till they bring out the next Xbox and they're going to get rid of gamer score.
No!
Ash, you also have a PS3 as well, though, don't you? You are a bit of a...
Yeah, I do. I mean, about, Christmas Eve a couple of years ago, I noticed that I was lagging behind all of my friends on my friends list on PSN, so I just set about just blasting through trophies until I overtook them all.
How much free time do you have?
Well, not that much. I got, married, 2 kids, a dog, a cat,
And you get time to get 185G and trophies.
Kind
You
of.
live in a
Well, no,
council
I mean, I stopped once I overtook all my friends on PSN, and then I went back to Xbox. But I kind of set myself a target of getting 200,000 gamer score by my next birthday, so I got average about 105G per day, which is pretty hard, but we'll see how it goes.
Good luck. You're need
insane.
it.
So he's a Chivo whore, right? Ash, you're a self-confessed Chivo whore, yes?
Yep.
Yet on this particular game, The Walking Dead, you only have 300. So what's that say about that game when you're willing to play Hannah Montana for Chivos?
Well, I mean, Hannah Montana was years ago when I was young and
young and naive.
We all make mistakes when we're young.
But I'm taking this one slowly. I'm gonna
I was experimenting in college.
Drink it all in. Just take everything.
Yeah, a tip, obviously a tip, because when you do your second playthrough, is take the route that you didn't take before, obviously, so you get to see completely new areas, and which is quite exciting.
Good.
Sounds it, peeps. You sound so excited right now.
Well, you got to look for petrol, then you got to look for coolant, and then you got to look for ammo. I think the
gas. Stop off somewhere.
I don't think Webby gave it enough time.
The sledgehammer was probably the best.
Webby, last week you're saying, you got to put 30, 40 hours into the Defiance for the story to get, to become compelling, etc. I know you did play The Walking Dead for an hour, and I know it ain't for everyone, and a lot of people were mentioning while you were streaming it that it didn't look great, but like I says, if you're a fan of the series, it's just something about it. I don't know what it is, but I think we have sort of give the game a lot of attention on this podcast, probably more than any other podcast.
And it's not a full price title, so it's not like you're getting gypped much. But
yeah. Okay, I think we've done enough time on this shit game.
Yeah.
Colin, what have you been playing?
Just 2 other games besides Persona. Did a marathon yesterday through Gears of War Judgment with Trip, rubbish username, Peebs' son for a little bit, but then he dropped out.
That was 100%.
Must be a Peebs tradition.
Oh
no, that was 100% legitimately me.
Okay.
I was getting henpecked in the ear all the way through it. So
yeah, his son would have stayed with us. However, Peebs ditched us. Luckily, Rubbish and Stuntmaster.
Yeah, Stuntmaster was the other one who came in and helped us out. And had a good time going through that. I mean, I'll just say Gears is kind of the world, the universe has always just been a little bit odd for me. And the story has never really made a whole lot of sense to me, but whatever, it's good, violent, dumb fun that I enjoyed. So I think I'll keep going on Aftermath now, right? Now that we've done the main campaign.
I mean,
and then
final thing taken away from it was the challenge was infuriating. I mean, I was, as everybody knows, was playing with us, was very near snapping. It was getting very close, but the challenge was kind of rewarding in the end. I mean, when we finished it, so I took away, it was a lot of fun.
So you're glad that we did all of those, well, what's it called now?
Declassified.
Shit. Yeah, declassified things. Yeah, you got the Chivo for that, so.
I am the person that activated the last one, so apparently I was happy about it.
Good man. But I don't think nobody in the community's really played a whole lot of multiplayer on this game. Tweet me if you want to play some multiplayer, because shut up. Okay, yeah, let's get a gamer night going, because I'm not done playing the multiplayer, and I'd be interested in having a community event with this game, because I think it's gotten short shrift to this point. So that's Gears of War Judgment, and then the other one I've been playing. The vast majority of my time obviously has been with Persona 4 Golden and the Vita, but I did push forward my Game of Thrones playthrough another couple of hours, and I will say that the story is getting very, very intriguing. It seems to be very well written, lots of betrayal, deceit, subterfuge, conniving plots by the Queen and others, so and all of that's starting to come together in kind of a genius way. So I think the story behind this game and the writing behind it is very good. It just, from a technological execution perspective, maybe similar to The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, to be honest. Graphics are kind of bad. The syncing up of the voice acting together with like the models and the way their faces move doesn't work. And then the combat is just very, very dry. In and of itself are all bad things, but I'm glad I purchased this game and then I'm playing through it because it does give me more story in that world.
Is it good for hardcore Game of Thrones fans?
That's the way I would say it. That's what, and I don't know if I'd call myself a hardcore Game of Thrones fan to this point, but I'd say I'm harder than average. And and I'm enjoying it. So if you've read if you're at the point where you've, in addition to watching the show, you've read the books and are wanting more content, definitely give this game a look.
What if you've just watched the TV show?
You'd have less window from watching the TV show into kind of the mind of the different characters that are already in the world, characters that in the books are fleshed out very, very much. Like the Queen, the Master of Whispers, what's his name, Varys, and others are in the book. There's just so much more depth in the books. So if you want more content and you've just watched the show, I'm going to
go to audible.com/360G.
Yes. And download the Game of Thrones series and consume it there. Good point, Jared. But I love the world. I can't wait for the next book. Everyone should read the books, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm done.
Yes, or as Trip said, you can listen to the book at audible.co.uk/360.
Yes.
Boom.
Said that.
Doing it again so people just don't forget.
Don't forget about Audible, motherfuckers.
That's the ad.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's keep it rolling. Who's next?
Headcase is next.
We talked about Persona 4 Golden. Who has the new COD maps?
No.
Me.
Jeez. Carlos has them.
Are they good, Josh? Sell me the new COD maps. I have the previous DLC pack.
They're not free.
Should I be playing more Call of Duty?
There are achievements.
Should I purchase this new DLC pack?
Yes.
I'm liking them. The new maps are they're a nice variety. They're still standard fare COD. I wouldn't say that they're anything above and beyond special. You know, they've got some environmental influence stuff in it, like there's a volcano map. There's a stadium that is in London, and you play around the stadium. So you're like going under the stands and everything, and shooting people. Ironically, in COD, you shoot people. So you got the stadium. You got this one where there's a volcano. You got a TV studio, which is a remake from one of the more popular maps in the first Black Ops. I don't know, Carl. Do you know what the name of that map was?
No, I kind of don't.
Yeah, it was one of the smaller, more popular ones. They basically reskinned it and made it into a backlot of a TV studio with all the props and super good map. And then you've got one that's on the high rise of the plush building somewhere. I'm not sure what environment it is, but the main draw of this is the zombies, which is the Mob of the Dead, where they went and got all the 80s mob, or I guess it'd be more 90s mob TV stars from like Casino and stuff. They got like Ray Liotta and some of these other guys that you would recognize instantly to do the voices and everything. And me and Lord of Letterbox and Unique's son, Mr. Freeze, did this epic session where they're like teaching me how to do zombies basically. And it is so complex and so intricate and just batshit crazy. And I don't know, it's in Alcatraz, and you know, like Lord of Letterbox is going, "Don't shoot that zombie," and I'm like, okay, well, we've shot every other zombie. Why not this one? You know, but there's a strategy to leaving certain ones alive at the end of rounds, so you can go accomplish different things and pick up parts and make things. I mean, it's super in depth and complex, and there's so much gameplay there. And obviously, it's survival-ish type of stuff, like some of the other zombie games that we enjoy. So that's the real draw, I think, to this, and what maybe Treyarch excels at. And so I don't know if that sells it or not for some people. You know, it's definitely just more Call of Duty, but I think this particular Call of Duty, we all agree, is pretty good, and we got some of the more difficult achievements while doing it.
Cool.
I'm getting eaten. Sorry.
There's only one zombie game, and we all know what that is.
The Walking Shite.
Left 4 Dead?
Left 4 Dead, yes.
We do need Left 4 Dead 3. Agreed.
Where you can actually aim down your weapon. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Forcing myself to BioShock. I'm just not... I don't know. I'd rather play Persona 4.
Let us down gently, Josh.
It's fine. I enjoy it while I'm in it, but it's not something I'm compelled to play right now. But I don't attribute that to the particular game. I'm not really into single-player solitary experiences right now. So I'm going through one of those phases of just wanting more multiplayer stuff and co-op. So I'm sure if it was a 4-player co-op, I'd be all over that shit. But yeah, having attentional problems, I think, with BioShock. So don't attribute to the game. It's just me being a nub-nub. A little bit of Defiance. Man, that game sucks ass if you don't have help, because I'm
success full stop.
I need help, man. I need people to join. You know, you get the odd person that will join in, or 2 or 3 people that you can join in with them, but it really does require a coordinated.
Did you listen to our Defiance special?
I did. I thought Carl did great, and Switch and Euthanasia. I thought everybody did really great. Enjoyed the special a lot, and it just makes me jealous listening to you guys talk about it, because you guys are able to help each other out, and you have that spirit of wanting to contribute and earn XP while you're helping other people, and you don't get that when you're in with randoms necessarily. And I don't know.
Like the secret to Defiance is grouping up, getting into a group of 4, and then just get one person to say, right, you're all going to do, like, when I jump on, I normally say, right, guys, you're all going to help me do my missions. So, like, we'll get all 4 of us rolling out doing the missions. And that makes it fun, because the missions are really tough. You need people to help you.
Yep, it is super tough. And I think that may be part of what Jared experienced when he jumped on before any of us had it, and when you're in
it's just
there.
Shit. Has nothing to do with it. It's the worst fucking game in the entire goddamn world.
I stand corrected.
Fucking reason behind it. It's terrible.
Okay. Stand corrected, yep. It's hard, and it's not rewarding at all when you're not with people, I'll say that. So, and it's not like you're staying for the graphics. So, other than that, threw in one of my favorite games of all time for a little bit, which is Operation Flashpoint Red River.
Oh, why wasn't I online then? I was probably asleep.
Because you were on your Vita.
I was probably asleep by the time Josh comes on.
Yes. Jumped in with a couple randoms, did one of the night missions. It's funny, after you play that game for a while, you spend the first 20 minutes trying to remember the controls because it's so hardcore. And you can control every little thing about that game, from your fire rate to whether or not you're suppressed, and all your attachments and what kinds of grenades go out. It's just so tactical and so hardcore, and decent AI for the enemies depending on the difficulty. And it's just love everything about it. And I was telling Anthony last night about this game because we were doing a Rainbow Six Vegas 2 session.
Yep.
Did you make your little face with the live vision camera?
No, I don't have a live vision camera.
But you're missing out on all the windmills on Uno. Oh, man.
I just want to play the damn game. Shit.
Yeah, so I don't know. Do you want to talk about Rainbow Six? Because Ilmanic's gone back to it. He was playing some terrorist hunt and stuff like that before, earlier in the day. So
yeah. I mean, it's a good game, man. Like, going back to it, it's hardcore, especially at terror hunt. I tried it once with just by myself, and I couldn't make it. But it's so good. I love that game, man. We need more people to get in there.
Yeah, so we were talking about maybe getting 2 other people, if you haven't done it, and doing the campaign on realistic difficulty.
Yeah.
Because that's some good G. I don't know if Peeb still has a game. I know Webby still does.
I might have traded mine. I'm not sure.
I think you get 75.
Yep, 75 Gs for realistic difficulty through the campaign, and with 4 people you could get through the campaign pretty darn quickly, especially skipping cutscenes. But the thing that I love about that game is that it's really hard to have situational awareness in a first-person shooter because you have this tunnel vision because you're looking through a TV screen. And in that game, the way that they did the cover-based system where you pull out to third person and you can look around and call out dudes. I mean, we're calling out dudes, we're bounding, we're calling out shots, we're calling out our reloads, and that shit is just epic in shooters.
How's the random community in this game? It seems like it'd be a place where you would have to put up with less of the kind of immature bullshit that pervades on like a Call of Duty.
I've never played with randoms, so I couldn't tell you.
Do people actually still play it online? I would have thought it would have died a long time ago.
There's hardcore people in the online servers still, but you got to remember that there's friendly fire and everything else, so the game will boot you and people will boot you for doing stupid shit. So the learning curve's pretty high in Rainbow Six. But if you're talking about Red River, the community is hardcore military shooter people that are really tactical and they're down to have a beer and have fun, but they're also into playing the game as it was intended. You're not going to find the 12-year-old screaming down the mic in Red River. It's all either active duty or retired military people and other people that really enjoy that style of unforgiving, serious gameplay. I mean, like Voodoo did that game on the hardest setting by himself, which is just freaking hardcore because your friendly AI is not good. The way the play that game is 4-player co-op. But we were talking about this last night, and we were just shocked as hell that Trip and Colin haven't gotten into the Rainbow Six or the Red River type of games because of we're all American gun nuts.
Well, Tom Clancy games aren't very good, but I'd be interested in maybe trying Red River.
Once Patriots come out, I will get into it. I'm not doing anything until this Patriots game comes out.
And what about Red River then?
No.
Well, is it still highly priced in the used game market, like at GameStops and stuff? Is it an on-demand game?
I just picked it up from GameStop for $20. So
okay.
Just picked
and the
it up
Dragon Rising one's even cheaper than that, right? That's
yeah.
Okay.
I think that was like. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I think I seen that the Dragon Rising was $6 or something like that. So it's not that expensive.
Yeah, and I'm willing to pick up Dragon Rising again and play it with anybody just for the fuck of it, but that game has some serious flaws and can be really frustrating when it's a one-shot, one-kill realistic scenario, and the game is not behaving in a way that you would really want, where Red River has ironed a lot of that out, and it's less frustrating. But again, it's an ugly game, and it's by no means perfect. It's got some serious glitches in it too, but it's playable, it's doable, you can be tactical and successful. It's just a bit dated at this point.
Definitely.
But it's one of my favorite games ever. Sweet. Yes, we need to do some fire team engagements and get some gold.
Hell yeah.
Excited to play those games with the community if people still have them. But that is pretty much me done. But I did want to say that I corrected myself last podcast about the Blood Dragon DLC. That's the standalone XBLA title for Far Cry. And I'm going to go out a limb here. And because of I was using old information and made a mistake, I'm going to buy you the game. That is, I'm going to buy one person the game. So in the next 2 weeks, if you could submit a review on your respective iTunes, I will send Webby some dosh to purchase a code for the Microsoft pointage, or I will do it in the States if you're drawn here. And just write us an iTunes review and put a hashtag Frostbite3 on the review. You have 2 weeks to do it, and I'll draw one person, and we will buy you Blood Dragon out of my own pocket.
You're a good man.
Now, is that on the Mojo one or the 360G?
They're the same feed on iTunes, right? Or no?
Same feed.
Yep.
See, because on iTunes you can't actually write another review for the same thing?
You have to basically delete your old review and
You have
write
to
a new
delete,
one.
yeah. Yeah, I've put in more than one review in the past.
Yep.
You just have to
So
delete
you're
it.
welcome to do that too. If you want to update your review by deleting it and write a new one, you're welcome to do that.
Cool.
Hashtag Frostbite3.
Awesome. Is that you, Josh?
That's me.
Okay, Clarky, are you awake?
Yep, I'm awake.
Hey!
I've been on holiday most of this week, so the majority of my gaming has consisted of iPad games.
Where have you been on holiday?
I just went to Centre Parks for the week with a load of mates.
Very nice.
So I've spent a shitload of time on Ridiculous Fishing, and that game is probably one of the best games you can get on iOS. It's ridiculously addictive, and it's just really good.
Ridiculous fishing is ridiculously addictive, hey?
Yep. Basically, the whole sum of it is you're fishing on the way down, you avoid catching fish. On the way up, you catch as many as you can. When you get to the top, you shoot all the fish that you've caught. You get money for that. With that money, you can buy reel upgrades, lure upgrades, better guns, hats for Bill, and then you got
Sounds like exactly the way fishing is in the United States.
Yep.
You get dynamite.
Well, you get a bazooka. It's like one of the last weapons you buy,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
like blow the fish out.
I have one of
the
those
sky.
in my closet, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I was told every American has one in the drawer next to their bed. So. So yeah, you get your normal bazooka out and just blow all the fish up, and then. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Buy better stuff.
It's already too much on that.
It's £2 and it is worth the money because I'll put probably, I don't know, several hours into it, more so than any other probably iOS game since probably Angry Birds, I should think.
Get Hero Academy.
I played Hero Academy, and I think I had one game against Trip, one game against Binman, and I had my fill.
Okay.
And then I downloaded Worms on iOS, and Worms works ridiculously well on the iPad. I was quite surprised. Sort of in the mornings when we was a bit bored, waiting to go out and do something, there would just a few of us would sit on there and have a few games against each other on Worms, and yeah, that was fun. And then when I got back this weekend, I just played Minecraft most of the weekend. So. Oh yeah, and when someone took an Xbox with us, so I was playing a lot of FIFA drinking games, so I played quite a bit of FIFA as well.
Me.
FIFA is a good drinking game. And that is me. FIFA, Minecraft.
When are they going to put arm biting in the new FIFA?
Yes, that's what we need.
That's a new feature in FIFA 14, rumours have it.
Awesome.
Peebs, your thoughts?
Peebs has gone to the toilet. He's not here. Ash, what have you been playing? Let's get you involved.
Okay.
Well, just a bit of Monsters Love Candy on Windows 8, Monsters Island, Disney Fairies. It just seems to crash every time I load it, so no gamer score earned from that. Bought Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, gone through that 100%. Walking Dead, obviously, ha ha ha. Ben 10, Ultimate Alien, which I got through Boomerang. Not a great game, but worth the G. Gears of War Judgment with a couple of mates, Dizzy Mon, Sin 811, Rockin' Robin and Trademark. So I've been going through a campaign on that and on Survival. FIFA 13, which strangely I play not for G, just for pure entertainment and enjoyment.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, and that's just about it, really. Although I got Double Dragon, but for some reason it's forgotten that I actually own the full version, and because it's no longer available on Xbox Live, it won't let me play the full version, which is a bit annoying. But anything for the G, really.
Nice, and it sounds like you're in a hurricane as well.
Can I just say that I think I have severely underestimated the reach and power of this podcast. I would have never guessed that we would have community members playing Ben 10 Alien Force, but I'm raising my glass to you right now, Webby. Raising it high.
To me?
Yes.
Okay.
Swiftly moving on.
Moving on. Let's go for Trip McNeely.
Trip McNeely has not played much this week, so this will be short and sweet. Last week during the podcast, I downloaded Lego City Undercover for the Wii U. Everybody wants to play it, right? Everybody's going out to buy one?
I don't think any of us have a Wii U.
No, but I have heard from everyone that this is the best game on the Wii U, which says a lot about the Wii U, doesn't it?
Well, I guess it says a lot about me, because I don't get these Lego games. It's the appeal is lost on me. I'm just not seeing it. It's you run around, collect little Lego pieces. It's kind of neat that it's in an open world, I suppose, but they're just so corny. I just can't get behind it. It was, I don't know, I'm going to try it some more, but let's just say I'm not really enjoying myself as of yet. So that's really all I have to say on Lego City Undercover. I've also heard the same thing that you said, Beebs. Everybody says that's the reason to own a Wii U. I would definitely disagree with that. The Mario Wii U game's much better than Lego City Undercover.
Are you still enjoying your Wii U then? Are you playing Mario on it?
I have yet to enjoy my Wii U, to be totally honest. I feel I've been quite quiet on the subject ever since I bought it, but I didn't buy it for any of these games. I bought it just because I wanted it, and I'm hoping that there's another Mario Galaxy type game, Zelda, hopefully we'll be hearing about later this year. I mean, the Wii U is just kind of disappointing.
There were some Zelda announcements.
Yeah, I believe those
there
were
were
all
some
DS.
Zelda announcements this week, but they were all for the 3DS,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo put out a bunch of news earlier in the week.
Link to the Past is one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, so
Also-
good.
But I mean, you can only assume at this point they're holding back all Wii U announcements for E3. If they don't talk about anything at E3, then yes, it was a complete and total waste of money, and I don't even understand why they put out another system. But who knows? I'll wait and see. It'll sit there and collect some dust until then. But I'm going to try Lego City Undercover some more. But the driving's a little jerky. It's I'm assuming it'll get more fun. I'm sure there'll be flying vehicles and things like that. So I'm going to keep trying to plot on with it, but
Do you need to switch to like the Pro controller or something?
you can, and I have been playing it with a Pro controller. The gamepad has some functionality, but not a whole lot. You can't play the game just on the gamepad itself at this point, which is probably my biggest disappointment of the purchase, because that's really... This game is the first time that I have played the Wii U on a television set. I mean, I usually just sit in bed and play it on the gamepad when I play Mario or different games like that. So it not being available in that way was definitely a disappointment. But it got me to turn it on the television, I guess. So job done. Good job, Nintendo. But yeah, other than that, I've just been playing Fallout New Vegas, going through the Caesar side of the campaign, which I have never done before. So trying to be the villain of the Mojave Wasteland, and having a lot of fun with that. And that's really all I've played this week. So move on.
Wonderful. Mr. Peebs.
Not a lot really. I've completed Tomb Raider. Went back through that game. Do you know what that game misses? It misses a new game plus, because there's certain leveling up and upgrading your weapons that I personally feel you can't really do in the campaign. You have to wait till you finish the campaign, and then it opens up everything, and you can fast travel between the camps, and you just have to go around. I was going around getting the collectibles. I said last week there's a lot of collectibles in this, and there is, but they're quite enjoyable to go and hunt down once you've completed it, I found, and didn't really find it a chore. And my biggest fear was because I thought to myself, I'm going to go for all the collectibles for the Chivos. Was a bit like Far Cry 3 was when I wanted to do all the achievements on that and do the collectibles and things, that you couldn't find things on the map very easily. It'd show up on the map, but when you got there, it'd either be below you or above you, and I just gave up in the end on Far Cry 3. But with Tomb Raider, they've done really well. You can highlight them on the map, and then press your shoulder button, it'd show up, and you could find them pretty easily. So that was, I spent a couple of days doing that and enjoyed that, and managed to upgrade all my weapons eventually, but I was sort of like about 1,000 salvage short from upgrading like a couple of weapons, and it was really a bit of a grind trying to find them last few salvage things. In the end, I had to go to the forest and just starting up at camps, killing a few deers, going back to the camp, sort of fast travel to another place, fast travel back to the forest, and then so the deers respawn, and I was getting like 15 salvage off every deer. So that was a bit of a chore, when really you shouldn't have to do that. That should have been in the game, like I say, or a new game plus, and you could have done that easily. But yeah, that's probably my game of the year so far. Really enjoyed Tomb Raider. Great graphics, great story, great combat, great weapons. Everything about it I really enjoyed. It even got me watching one of the films. One of the films was on TV this week, and I don't really remember. Well, I remember watching the first one, the one with Angelina Jolie in, and my sign of never a good film is if you don't ever remember anything about it, which is I didn't remember anything about the Tomb Raider films. I've seen them, don't remember anything about them. Yeah. But for some reason, the game got me back intrigued into the films, and we've been searching on Netflix for them, and we couldn't find them. But anyway, one was on Sci-Fi HD this week, so we, the missus and the kids, sat and watched that, and yeah, it ain't very good. I fell asleep halfway through, but the missus and the kids enjoyed it. And I think I follow the voice actor, Camilla Lullington, I think her name is. She did the voice for Lara Croft on this one, and she's been tweeting something about that there's scripts going around for another Tomb Raider film. So that might be interesting, whether it sort of reignite the Tomb Raider franchise, if you like. Well, yeah, she is actually. Yeah, yeah. Check her on Twitter. She's got some pictures and lovely. Right, what else I've been playing? Yeah, I jumped on with Gears a little bit, and I've had Gears since day one. It was a day one purchase, and never put it on for some reason or other. I think there was other games out at the time, and Collie and Trip were on it yesterday, so I jumped on with it a bit for him, but it wasn't really convenient. Things going on in the house, and I sort of gave up in the end. But what I did play, because I hadn't started the campaign, I sort of joined in halfway through their campaign. But it did get me sort of back into Gears, because I was a bit burnt out with Gears. Gears 3, we'd put a lot of time in it. I'd done the campaign, played through twice. We had some good times, me, Rubbish, Clarkey, and Binman. Did it on the hardest setting over a period of 5 or 6 weeks every Sunday afternoon, which was good times. Rinsed the multiplayer, and I was a bit burnt out on Gears 3. So even though Gears, I really do like the Gears franchise series, although I did purchase it day one, wasn't in a rush to put it in my disc tray for some reason. But now it's sort of a bit of a lull. Colin Tripp, as I say, was on it. And when I put it on, I was, really feeling it, getting back into it. And so I put a bit on again today, and really enjoying it. I've just started the first chapter on hardcore on my own. So if anyone wants to jump on and fancies doing a bit, more than welcome. Trying to go through and getting all the collectibles and that, but from the opening scenes, and it's Gears, it's grey. The skyline reminds me of London. Cliff Blinsky, I said it before, he's based it on London. It's like foggy, dark, and even like the big first chapter I'm on now, it's sort of the grey skyline with the buildings, and it's like, it sort of reminds me sort of like World War II. It's all bombed, and you can hear the sirens going off in the background. I think it's Gears. It's done really well. Like Collie says, I'm not really too bothered about the story and that, but I just think the mechanics of the game are brilliant. The guns, the cover system, everything about it's done really well. If
if I had to pick between Gears and Halo, I'd probably pick Gears slightly over Halo.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about Gears I like more. I think the combat's definitely better on Gears.
Oh, you're so wrong, Peebs.
But I will admit with you, Webby, that it is sort of horde mode. You go into an area, horde, clear that, and I knew what you were saying from the first time, but this time, this one is definitely like it, because from what I've played so far in the short period, is you go into a big area, you've got the wires, a bit like the horde mode from Gears 3, where you've got your wires, you can put your turrets up, and it'll say wave starting in a minute, and then you get everything set up, and then the horde comes, and then you've got another horde, and I think, that's not really... Is it a bit lazy on their part for a single player?
Single player. Lazy as fuck.
But I still enjoy it, it is lazy, but I still enjoy it.
I pay a $5 for that game maximum.
I'm still early on, so whether that just keeps rinse and repeat, I don't know. So we'll see. But overall, still enjoying it. And the other game I sort of mentioned last week was Defiance. I hadn't put a lot into it last week, but I've tried and ploughed a bit more into this week.
You bought it, Peebs. I thought you were just going to wait for a rental.
Well, I was, but I had a bit of money burning a hole. I had quite a few games that I traded in, and I had some pointage, so I used them. And I didn't want to be late to the party. I didn't want to wait for me rental to come through and then everyone be bored of it and come off it. I wanted to get it while it was sort of still hot, if you like. And I've had it a week and still not really played with it. I think about an hour with Carl last week. My biggest fear now is that you guys are on it in the day when I'm at work, because all you bums are not at work. And
dude, it's called midlife retirement.
And it's I get home and I want to jump on it, and you're all coming off, or you're bored of it and going on something else, and you're all going to be high ranked, and high level, and I'll be sort of left behind. But that aside, from what I've played, I am struggling to get into it.
Because you've not played with myself, Carl and Switch and a big group, that's why.
Yeah, no, I've not really played with anyone, I'll give it that, and I'm still prepared to give it more time this week, hopefully. The following week I'm off work for a week, so I'll hopefully try and put a book.
Oh, dude, I'll play with you for the whole week if you want.
Yeah, do that then. So and then I'll sort of make my mind up. But first impressions aren't great. Obviously, I bought it last week and I had a big update. Then I hadn't put it on for a few days. Put it on again a couple of days ago and had another big update. And I don't mind that, because obviously it's the MMO and they've got to patch it and make it a better experience. I get that, and I'm not going to moan about that. But when I do play it, I don't know. I don't feel nothing. I don't think the graphic, like I said the other week, it reminds me of Crackdown. You're just going around. I've not really done too many of the main missions. The side missions are pretty repetitive. Some of them are like go and run round, get on a quad bike and do a time trial thing, which is, I don't know, it's been done so many times before in other games.
What are you doing time trial missions for? You need to be doing proper main missions and side quests.
Well, yeah, I'm just sort of going to the nearest blip on the map, and just trying to rank up a bit, trying to get some experience before I start going on to the main missions. But I don't know, there was a point when I'd completely run out. I was in the middle of a big battle and I'd completely run out of ammo, and I was nowhere near any ammo cache. So that was totally screwed. That annoyed me. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I'm with Trip on this at the minute. I know you guys say it's better when you're playing with other people. I hope that is the case, and when I get on with some of the guys, it's sort of, I start getting into a bit more. But first impressions aren't great. But like we mentioned before, me, the wife and the kids, we all sat down and watched the TV series, was hyped up for that. I told them all about it. My missus is pretty good with things like that. She does like sci-fi and all them sort of things. So I got her watching it, and we really enjoyed it. Her and the kids couldn't wait for the next episode, and I was really getting into it. And my question is, would you bone that alien? The bone,
yes.
I was going to say she's an alien, but she'd still get it.
You got 3 nipples.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. That's promising. That is. and it must be good if even Trip liked it. So there's hope there. And
You dirty bastard.
don't knock it till you've tried it. As the old saying goes. My next worry is I've literally got one game on my rental list. What is the next game coming out? I mean, I'm struggling to...
Dead Island comes out.
Dead Island, a new game just came out this week, didn't it? Injustice, Gods Among Us. That
I noticed
game.
Switch and Letterboxd have been playing it, and Switch said if it looks pretty, it's pretty good if you like them sort of fighting games, but I don't know.
I played the demo this week, and I didn't really think much of it. It's just a fighting game. I'm not really a big fighting game person.
It's the Mortal Kombat dudes made it.
Well, that intrigues me because I did like the Mortal Kombat, and it's got all the superheroes and that in it. But like you say, it's a fighting game, you know.
Peeps.
How much more of them can we have?
But Peeps, the new Star Trek game's out this week as well.
Meh. Oh, I've literally got that Injustice on my rental list, and that's it.
Oh, well, you should put Star Trek on as well.
I'm not no Trekkie, mate. I can't turn to.
No, it's much better than Star Wars. Come on.
Behave.
Oh, come on, Peeps. I bet you're excited. They're bringing out a Star Wars film in 2015, 16, and 17.
Yeah, too right. I think they're going to be better than the prequels.
The next Star Wars featuring Justin Bieber.
Yeah. And Mickey Mouse.
Oh, what you going to do with the Death Star?
Oh yeah, and that, didn't they? I don't know if we've said it in the news. I think it was it last week that didn't Disney get rid of the LucasArts arm?
The LucasArts Studios, yeah.
Yeah. So they've already started chopping bits off the old Lucas Empire.
Yeah, good on it.
But that's it. And I'm, the next few weeks, like I say, I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm interested in that Dead Island. But is that a completely new game?
Persona.
Yes, it is. I got it on my rental list, so I'm not buying it.
I did enjoy Dead Island, so I'll be intrigued. Yeah, I'll be intrigued in this one. And I'll tell you what, I know I'm not going to sell out, but if I had the money, I would go and buy a Vita, I think, because you guys are selling it. But I'll be intrigued if you're still talking about it in a month's time.
And you have a PS3 to play. There's still some exclusives for you to play.
Yeah, I might have to...
if you're struggling, just sign up for a PS Plus membership.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to go back through my back catalogue and try and Chivo horse some old games I've got. Well, I've got Gears now as well. I don't think that's an overly long campaign, is it?
No, it's short and crap.
Yeah, so that's it.
I thought the story was alright on Gears. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, it was too horde mode. They did something to it that I honestly didn't get the feel with. Mainly the whole changing how you change weapons and stuff like that. Like, it's now like you press Y, which kind of irritated me a bit. But no, I thought the story was good on Gears.
I wish we could get Peebs a Vita and Persona 4 and film a documentary about his experiences with it.
Day one. Where's the bloody Chivos?
You might have a film coming to YouTube shortly.
Yeah, of you trying that beef jerky. When's that going to happen?
We were going to film it this afternoon, but I fell asleep, so...
You fall asleep more than Clarky.
Yeah, you're always getting on at me, you lazy bastard. You're constantly napping.
Yeah,
I have little power naps. But yeah, we've filmed me tasting the beef jerky and figured out what I was going to do, Webby. I want it to, rather than perhaps go on my own YouTube channel, because I have none, would I be able to email it to you somehow and put it onto the official
Dropbox?
You want it to go on the Mojo. We're trying to be professional and put game reviews on there.
Okay,
we can have beef jerky reviews on there.
If it's to do with the community, etc., okay, your loss, not mine. When I get over 100,000 views on mine, on my own account, then your loss.
Look, I'll put it on there. I will put it on there if you want. I'll be quite happy to.
When he gets a sponsorship from Beef Jerky, Webby, you're going to be sorry.
Yeah, too right.
with the fucking Sasquatch.
Oh dear. As long as you say something like, when I eat this beef jerky, it gives me the energy to game all day for these Cheetos.
We'll think of something.
Yeah. Have you played anything else, Peebs?
No, that's it, mate.
Wonderful. Right, before we move on to Illmatic, we're going to have a quick advert break. We will be back after these messages. Do you like listening to podcasts? Do you like reading books? Do you like listening to someone read a book to you because you can't read? Well, all your problems are now solved. Audible.co.uk is the first and best website to give you all of that reading knowledge as an audio download, just like a podcast. You can download it to your iTunes device, your Android device, or even your PC or laptop. And 360GamerCast are giving you this one-time special offer. If you go to audible.co.uk/360 and sign up today, you will get your first book absolutely free. And if you're not happy, you can cancel at any time. So, that website address again is audible.co.uk/360. Do it today. Hello guys, and we're back after them short messages, and now it's time for Illmatic to tell us what he's been playing.
The only thing I've been playing really is Rainbow Six, Brothers in Arms. Finished that.
Game.
Yes, that is a real good game. That's about it. NBA 2K.
Oh yeah, we always see you playing the basketball.
Yeah, NBA 2K. I've been playing the shit out of that. But other than that, that's it, man.
Playoffs are starting.
What
Yes,
has
indeed.
happened to Battlefield?
I tweeted you guys if you wanted to play or not.
Yeah, what has?
We need to get back on it, people.
Yeah, I'm down to play.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You're at freaking barbecues and freaking lighthouses.
Dude, it's called having a life.
Swatting pigeons and cheetahs.
Oh, man. You know, I've got to do shit. I'm going to Rome next month.
Are you the new pope?
I'm actually visiting the Vatican.
Nice.
Be very nice.
Will you be finding God?
I'll be finding God.
Peeps, how do you feel about him visiting Catholic holy sites?
I'm going to be visiting the Vatican and the Colosseum. So it'll be very educational. And romantic at the same time. I can't wait.
Romantic? Stay away from the kiddies.
It's Rome, not Tokyo.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
No.
So anyway, yeah, I'm up for some Battlefield next weekend. Well, no, I've got my driving experience on Saturday, but then when I get back from that, I can play.
Can you take some video at your driving experience?
Yes.
I'll try. I'm driving a Ferrari and a Lamborghini.
Nice.
It's going to be awesome.
I did a Lotus Elise.
Anyway, let's talk about games.
Yep, that's it.
Is that it? Bloody hell, mate. That was quick. That's what she said. Woo.
That's what we like.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Cole 360.
Oh, I'm going to be one of them boring ones and tell you that everything that I've played is everything that everyone else has mentioned.
Yeah, but then you can say, Cole, that everyone who's poo-pooed Defiance can go suck a dick.
Everybody that's sucked a dick can go play Defiance.
True indeed. True indeed.
That was so convincing.
Yes.
So
no homo.
Upset right now.
Nah, it's a fucking awesome game. Oh, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, Rebuild Barrier. No, sorry, I'm playing Call of Duty as well. I'm playing the new zombie map. That's pretty much all I've played, really, is Defiance and this.
Fun times. Right, so let's get into the real shit of this podcast. It's been a bit of a train wreck so far, so I'm going to try and bring it back, bring it to a level. It is the final 360 GamerCast podcast. We're moving on to Mojo Radio next week. I'm quite emotional. Cole, I don't think is emotional at all. But I am.
Oh, sorry, am I meant to put the tears on?
Yeah. So then it is in essence the end of an era. You know, it's been for me, especially 5.5 years of my life. You know, nearly every week editing this podcast. You know, just getting it up. And, you know, it's been an emotional experience, and you know, I'm really looking forward to moving on with Mojo. But you know, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just sad times as well. You know, I'm gonna miss I'm going to miss opening every podcast by saying 360GamerCast, and I'm sure I'm going to make some mistakes in the next few weeks by saying that still on the intro.
We'll allow it.
So,
welcome to 360 Gamer.
360 Gamer Mojo. So yeah, what I quickly wanted to do with you guys, as all of you were originally fans of the show, is just go round all of you and just ask you how you come to know the show, why you actually became fans of the show, and then how you actually became part of the show.
Well, I started this shit.
Well, we all know that Cole did. So, Colin,
yes.
tell us.
It seems like a few months ago we had a a kind of reflection period on the podcast where we talked a little bit about some of our favorite memories. So it's been a long time and my memories faded a little bit, so I apologize for that. But I just remember, it all started I think in 2007ish when I bought an iPod Touch for the first time and went into iTunes, started exploring the podcast section and was just amazed at the amount of content that was on there. And so I immediately started downloading, did searches for Xbox and just downloaded a bunch of different kind of podcasts and made my way through a lot of things, just daisy chaining. iTunes has that feature. People who listen to this also listen to these podcasts. And so I'd click my way through and somehow just randomly ended up on this one. And again, it wasn't the first one I listened to. It's just I probably just said, all right, I'm going to download these 20 podcasts and just kind of listen to them and see which ones I like or whatever. This one was different because it was British people. And that was new and amusing to me. And then you could just, don't take this the wrong way, but you could tell it wasn't a professional endeavor, right? These were enthusiasts doing this on their own time, just talking about games and wanting to form a community around games, which I was really impressed by. And I didn't really find just that amateur nature. That's what was so appealing to me, was just how amateur it was compared to everything else. It was just real dudes, not people doing this trying to be something they weren't, or people that were in the industry and just kind of doing this for their readership or listenership or whatever. And I had cited this a few months ago, but just hearing you guys were talking about Call of Duty one time, and that TBP Tom guy was talking about doing a bit of yank raping, and I was like, yank raping? I was like, that's it. I'm going to infiltrate these bastards from the inside and do some Brit raping or something like that. But so I was just, it was just a friendly rivalry element. I was like, they need some Americans on there to have a little bit of a challenge or something like that. So that's why I think I did the initial reach out and started joining the community. I remember Carl hosted a COD 4 gamer night that I played in with about 6 other people, and that was fun. And then the other thing I remember talking about was that Carl had purchased a plasma rifle, or something like that, a Halo 4 plasma rifle. No. And he was talking about it, how awesome it was. And Webby and Tom were just like, yeah, that is, they were saying that's so gay and all this stuff and just laughing. And I was like, this is cool. This is what it would be like if it was my friend or my younger brothers, just a close group of friends just, talking about games. And I felt that the interactions were really genuine and really cool, and I wanted to be a part of that. So that's why I just started getting involved. And then when Webby was like, you actually said, people are quitting. I think it was Hooded Vianetta was quitting, or you had trouble getting people, and you're like, I'm looking for volunteers to keep this going. And I was like, what the hell? I'm gonna see if I can help power this thing to maybe another new level of community involvement myself. And so, like I said, I think I joined in the late teens or early 20s. And it's been awesome ever since, man. I think, I've met a lot of really cool people, not only online and through the internet, but also in person. I've had face-to-face meetings with several people in the community and just found it to be something that I really value in my life. Not to sound too gay or too corny, but if we're talking about emotional, just human. It's all about, making friends and doing, pursuing a hobby that we love together. And so thanks to Webby and everybody who's given up their time to build what we have built. And I'm just really excited about, what lays in store for us. I think it's going to be awesome. So
and big thanks to Colin for showing me around Vegas.
Yep. Anytime, sir. That's
fun
me.
Fun times. You know, it is a good thing. You know, I've met a lot of my best friends now through this podcast and website. Without this podcast, I wouldn't have met my girlfriend as well. You know, it's just like life-changing stuff has happened to me personally through this website, you know, and I consider you guys to be my best friends as well. So it's just something for me that's just really close to my heart. So,
Mwah.
Mwah! Big kisses.
Yes, indeed.
Head case.
Echoing a lot of what Colin said, and you know, we've had the anniversary shows where we've talked about this stuff before, and we always get knocked for tooting our own horns and everything. But I think it was Generation 1 iPod. You know, I was looking, or not iPod, but Generation 1 iPhone, and was looking for stuff to listen to, and was sick of other gaming podcasts doing the PlayStation and the, you know, WoW. They were 30 minutes talking about World of Warcraft and stuff, and it was like, I have this 360. I want to hear about 360 games only. That's all I give a shit about. So obviously you type that in, and with the name Carl thought up brilliantly, that's what comes up, and turned it on, and instantly I thought, wow, this is ass. Because the quality was so bad, and I was really just the stereotypical American who couldn't tell the difference between an English accent and some of the other people that you had on that were part of the UK. It was really difficult to discern some of the things that were being said. And I just kind of kept listening, and I fell in love with the charm. And then shortly after I started listening, I think Colin joined, or maybe he was part of it to begin with, but he wasn't on the first couple episodes I had listened to or something. And I just thought the formula that you guys had was just really, really genuine and nice. And poor Carl was very young at the time, and he was, he's still young. But, he would come out with some immature shit, and you guys would rail on him the entire fucking podcast. Just mercilessly.
He was kind of the punching bag. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was...
I'm still the punching bag now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. I mean, he would fucking take it, and then you guys would get into a good discussion, and he'd pipe up with something and ruin the whole thing, and he would just fucking get it again. And...
Some of the shit that I said, though, was just embarrassing. Like, listening back to it.
That's part of what was endearing, right? You cared, but at some point, the immaturity of it all just overrid that, and you were having so much fun. You didn't mind making a fool of yourself, and everybody was not taking themselves seriously, and it was a really good formula. And I think at that point, I had gotten Forza, and I was reviewing. It was for a graphic design community that I was part of at the time, and we were talking about how Photoshop Elements was infiltrating a bunch of different technologies, and we were talking about the editor in Forza. So I did a 360G car and ultimately sent the livery to Webby, and he said, "Oh, that's awesome! Come join our Forza game or something like that." And ultimately, we ended up playing, I think, Burnout Paradise, all those challenges first with the community, and that's how I sort of met these guys, and then through Forza, and then more lots and lots of Bad Company 2 and Halo and everything, and ultimately with my strange schedule of doing my internships for my doctorate and everything being at home at the time that they were home and working in the evenings, got to play with them during the day and meet them. So yeah, just amazing formula between them guys. And, I just, coming up with the name Mojo, it just makes you think of how easily recognizable and how simple and elegant the name 360GamerCast is, and how it had amazing staying power, as well as perhaps even the logo, adopting the official podcast logo as your own and altering it a little bit. I think that there was some real... even though it was simple, some real creativity and some real marketing gusto maybe behind that name, because for whatever reason it took, and it did what it said on the tin, and that's hard to do, especially with us having to come up with something new now that fits the bill. So then I've talked about, the other, of course you got the other things I've mentioned in the past about the anniversary specials and everything. But I think what's also been really important is, having the formula that you guys had before, and then adding Trip and Dan, I think was a huge step. I mean, big props to both of them. I think Trip brings something very unique to the podcast, which is sort of wearing his heart on his sleeve, and Dan bringing his inability to forget even the smallest detail about any game ever. I think both of them add a lot to the podcast. And then really happy that we got Clarky to come on and yawn and eat at times. Because, we were missing that. We didn't have anybody that would necessarily, sometimes where we would have a curry, but not every time. So, but no, I think that having Clarky come on has added a lot too. And I think the formula of the show is strange and unique, and we sort of are off the cuff, and we don't plan things out, and we're raw, and we're unfiltered, and we're irreverent, and we're silly, and we're your everyday man. And I think maybe people can appreciate that a little bit. But like Colin said, it's all about the community and the people that you meet, and it's just absolutely amazing that when you have something going on in your life, your personal life, whatever it is, that you maybe mention something on Twitter and you get hundreds of responses back of people either sympathizing, congratulating you. You meet people that are like-minded, and you have debates, but we all have these things in common, and that's about all I can say.
Nice. Very in-depth. What about you, Clarky?
Well, I just started sixth form and was bored of the 45-minute journeys there and back on the bus every day. So I was like 16 at the time. I was looking for something to listen to. I was into my gaming quite a bit, and sort of I didn't really have any sort of like mates in my personal life which were into the gaming, so I wanted to find something I could listen to where people talk sort of about them. So obviously I had an iPod Classic at the time and was just trying to fill it up with some podcasts and stuff just to like kill the time on the bus each day. And initially I downloaded Major Nelson's podcast, and before I downloaded it, I went through the reviews, and at the time there was a lot of people from the 360GamerCast community leaving reviews saying, "Oh, this podcast is so shit and boring, listen to a proper gaming podcast like 360GamerCast." And like I thought, what a bunch of knobs, what are they doing this for? They're just trying to get people to go listen to their podcast. I'm not going to download it. And then I listened to Major Nelson, and it is shit. It was shit and boring. And I thought, okay, these people seem to know what they're talking about then. I might go give it a listen. And I think I started listening around 80 and I downloaded a podcast. And I think Peebs and Punker had sort of only joined like a week or two before. And I liked it quite a lot. So I sort of downloaded a few weeks worth like from previous weeks and sort of listened to them. And then pretty much from there, within a couple of months, jumped on the forums, started gaming with people. I think Rubbish was the first community member I ever gamed with. Me and him done Splinter Cell Conviction, like co-op. And then from there, just started talking to more people, gaming with more people. I remember, like, Headscase was saying, him and Glasgow were sort of the two main people I used to game with a lot on Battlefield Bad Company, and that's sort of where I started getting properly involved with the community and just having massive daily long sessions on that when I was sort of had days off school and sixth form and that. And then just sort of slowly just got to know everyone, and now I'm sort of at the point where every year now I'm like, I've got these people I know that in real life that I meet up with once a year and have like just a drunken weekend of playing games in and out and just getting absolutely slaughtered each night, and it's like one of the highlights of the year every year, and I'm glad I decided to download Major Nelson's boring podcast.
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay, Ash, what about you? Because we don't really know you. All we know is that you like The Walking Dead. Tell us how you first listened to the podcast.
Well, it's kind of strange. I went on holiday to Portugal, and being without my 360, I thought, what's the next best thing? So I started searching for podcasts. promises were not kept about my apartment for Wi-Fi, so I ended up having to go to a Portuguese supermarket in order to get some Wi-Fi to download the podcast. So, just searched anything for 360, found you guys, and just been listening ever since. And other podcasts have sort of fallen to the wayside, and I just like the whole Britishness of it, with a little bit of a twist with you American guys, which is quite welcome. And it's just gone on from there, really. It's good that we've got a resident Chivo Whore Peebs, which I can relate to, and it's been a great ride so far. All right, might have been late to the party, but there's no turning back now. So I'm quite committed to listen to the podcast, and I might lurk on the Facebook page, but hopefully one day I'll get to play with you guys online and take it from there. So thanks for all the time you put in, and it's a good quality podcast. Thank you.
Awesome. Everybody is always welcome to game with us as well.
Good.
Always good fun.
Which is also quite different from a lot of other podcasts.
Yeah.
That's what I was just about to say. People are welcome to join. We've got quite a lot of new members all the time turning up just of late. Seems to be a bit of a resurgence, and requesting friends. I'm constantly having to delete someone off to add others. And like Josh says, we're quite accessible. We don't bite people's heads off, and don't be shy, because I know you've been saying today you're a bit nervous about coming on and that, and it's a bit daunting at first. But once you get in and you start talking to people and that, and you start giving it a bit of banter, start slagging people off, it's all good fun.
Yeah, all of you guys have been very approachable, and I think it's a credit to the community. So. It's refreshing, so well done.
Nice. Well, what about you, Mr. Trip McNeely?
Much like Josh, I didn't even know what a podcast was, to be totally honest, until I had my Gen 1 iPhone. I had never forayed into internet radio whatsoever. I think it's a well-known fact. I was a very, very casual gamer before I got involved with this community, and I thank everybody for opening my eyes to different types of games, even though obviously they're not wide open to some games. But I'm always willing to try something.
We will convert you, Trip. I managed to convert Colin after all these years. I will get you.
Yeah, I think people that know me well know I'm less abrasive than I like to put off to be. It's just more fun to be that way, really. But that's just part of being in the community and being on the show and keeping entertaining and having a good time with, as Webby said, a group of people that I consider to be lifelong friends from this point. It's been quite a ride, that's for sure, just in the short time that I've been around, and it's been a lot of fun. But as Peebs has said in the past, I believe my initial draw that attracted me to 360GamerCast is I finally got into RPGs and started playing Fallout 3, had searched out podcasts centric to that, because that's, like I said, I was very layman with podcasts to begin with. Found a few, and then I believe you and Carl, and I think it may have been only the two of you, recorded a Fallout 3 special. That was the initial one that drew me to 360GamerCast to give it a try, and as it's also well known, I ended up downloading every episode, putting them on my PC, started listening to the back catalog, and it was interesting. My main time of listening to it was what I would initially just do, lawn work, way to work, things like that, and just kept getting more and more drawn in. Colin, I believe, was on a hiatus for his grad school, and then when he came back, I was like, well, wow, this is interesting. There's Americans involved, there's Brits involved. You kind of get this mental picture of who people are and what they're doing things for. And then Josh came along, and I believe Josh was actually the very first one that I started gaming with in the community. He would send me invites to play Reach with him in Glasgow, and I was still kind of uppity about putting the headset on my head and playing video games online. So I think I dodged him a couple times initially, and then finally, once I got into it, I was like, well, this is a lot of fun. These guys are fun to hang around with, fun to talk with. And then I believe Clarky was actually the first one of the community that I started gaming with. I think we played Left 4 Dead or something one afternoon, and that was interesting, just hearing a lot of new voices from the community. Clarky, Rubbish, I think Carson, some other people. And that really kind of spurred me to want to be involved more, so I started posting on the forums a little bit. Never been extremely active, but Colin put up something about attending PAX. So the first, I had to find out what PAX was. So I started doing some research, seeing what this was, and I was like, I'm interested in that. I mean, I have the money and the means to do something like that, so I believe I was one of the first people that replied and said, yeah, I'd be down to try something like that out.
Yes. Thank God you did.
And then Paul, Monkey Bloke, said that he was going to, and Colin and I honestly had not spoken very many times prior
that was
to.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
My wife was like, you're going to go share a hotel room in freaking Boston with people you barely even talked to, let alone met. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend was the exact same way at the time. I mean, I was living with somebody else at the time, living in a different house. So it's kind of my life before this, and my girlfriend was like, you're going to Boston to meet somebody from England that's flying all the way to Boston to hang out with you, and somebody from Utah. She's like, what are you doing? Like, who are you? And I was just like, I'm just going to give it a try. I mean, I've been gaming a little bit. I just want to see what this is all about, see what's going on. And we went out there. And after the initial 10 minutes of awkwardness, I mean, it was like somebody I'd known for quite some time, to be honest. I mean, Colin and I ended up sharing a bed for half the night, the first night we arrived, which, as a grown-ass man,
that's why you guys are so close, huh?
I mean, and then we had a great time the whole time we were there. I mean, it was just good fun, good conversation, and that just developed into me being more and more involved gaming online, which has since just become a part of my life. I mean, if I turn on the Xbox, I expect for there to be somebody there I want to speak with, and it's just added another facet to my life as well. I mean, you have lifelong friends that you end up having the same conversations with over and over and over again when you see them in your day-to-day life, but each and every time you turn on the Xbox, you can have a conversation, be it intellectual, piss take. It's more than likely something that you have never talked about in your entire life. I mean,
in Colin's case, political.
Yeah, political. I mean, there's intellectual people here that if you seek them out and speak to them, you can not only educate yourself, but speak about things that you want to talk about with people that are like-minded, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's plenty of disagreements with people in the community as well, and while I, myself, and some others may come off abrasive in some of those conversations, I'm glad that I get to have them. I can't really imagine turning my back away from it at this point. So I'm glad that it's lasted this long. I'm glad that we're going to soldier on underneath a new name. I hope it gets bigger and better than ever. Hope to meet more and more new people. I'm one of the community members that's always willing to, while it's almost heart-wrenching at this point to have to delete somebody off the friends list, it always seems like the person that you add, it just puts another fold into the community that you've met through everybody. So I'm glad that I've made those connections. I'm glad that some are continuing to get stronger and new ones are always forged. Let's just hope there's always new games that keep us all interested in continuing to do this. That's kind of the linchpin of the whole thing, right? Quality games bring about quality conversations and quality people that play those games. So I really look forward to what's coming in the next year. And I just want to thank Webby for all that he does, all that the rest of the podcast crew do, Josh's great artwork that he's designed. I can only see better things in the future to come, without a doubt. And thank you all very much for putting up with me and having me on week after week.
It's always good. But you just reminded me of the first, because it's like everyone always has that story of the first gaming convention that they go to. And like mine was Play.com Live with Math and TBP Tom many years ago at Wembley, and it was really weird because it was the first time I'd ever met these guys, and we had a really good time. We all shared a hotel room together, and it was the most dingiest hotel in London you could ever imagine. It was dirty, it was really cheap, but it's in like a really dodgy part of London. To be honest, I was like, fucking hell, what am I doing here? But we'd gone to the convention for the day, and it was really good. And then near the hotel was like this bar/pizza place, and we just walked past it the first night, and it was empty. And we thought, shall we go in? And I was like, yeah. So we went in, and we ended up going into that same place every night because we just end up getting completely shit-faced in there. And because we bought so much beer, we all got free pizzas every night. It was great. So that was really fun. But the experience of Math snoring every night was not good. And then obviously since then I've met the first time I met Peebs. The first time I met Peebs was in the back row of the cinema.
Whoa!
Oh,
Wait,
where's this going?
What to who?
Oh.
Yeah, we went to.
Did you have your pants around your ankles?
Pants on the ground. Pants on the ground.
You turned up with your white van, didn't you, Peeves, if I remember?
He did.
Yeah, I did.
thought
Yeah.
the dude in the white van was going to kidnap me.
Were there any windows in that van?
Did he have a syringe?
Chloroform on a rag.
Yeah.
That was perfect, because before I've recently moved, I only lived just down the road from Peebs. So, what film was it? I can't remember now.
Final Destination 3 or
Yeah,
2.
we both wanted to
Rap
watch it.
film.
We thought we'd meet
Brokeback
up.
Mountain.
Anyway. So that was the first time that me and Peeps met, and then after that, we took it in turns every year, picking each other up for Eurogamer. The videos are still on my personal YouTube channel as well. I used my flip cam and videoed the journeys on the way to Eurogamer in the van and our pit stops on the way and stuff, which was always quite amusing. And it's all been good, man. It's all been good.
Yeah. I think it's the Eurogamer. I think it's me, you, and Voodoo are the only ones who have been to everyone
Yeah.
so far.
Hardcore. And do you remember the first Eurogamer? I ran up and down the queue just handing everybody a business card. And then as I was walking into Eurogamer, one of the security guards stopped me and said, "You will not give out any of those within the establishment." And I just said, "Yeah, okay," and I just ended up just dishing them all out anyway.
Yeah, they were. Them cards were everywhere in the toilet cubicles, everywhere.
Yeah, we got quite a lot of listeners from that.
Yeah.
So I'm calling on Headcase, wink wink, to design a flyer for this year's Eurogamer, and then I will get them professionally made. I'm going to get about 1,000 done, I think.
That shows though how far it has come, because that first Eurogamer, I think there was me, you, was it Soul Man? If you remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little Steve-O.
Little Steve-O, Voodoo, obviously, maybe Gordini. Was he there the first year or the second year?
Gordini was there. Type 1 was there.
Yeah, and there was only like about 6 or 7 of us walking around, and then obviously it's grown. And last year there was a hell of a load of us, and then hopefully this year will be even bigger and better. A lot more people are coming. Collie's obviously coming over from the States, maybe Trip. People coming down from Scotland again.
See, I remember the one that
hotels.
I went to. I went and who was it? Goes, "Oh, this is Webby" to me, because I had never met up with Webby. And he goes, "Oh, this is Webby," and Webby just turns around and goes, "Who the fuck's this?"
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was quality. I said, it's only Carl 360, the one you've been podcasting with for the last 2 years.
But it's difficult, it's weird, it's strange, because you don't know how to react sometimes, because like the last Eurogamer, I was wearing a t-shirt, and people would come up to me, and then they'd be like, "Oh, hi Webby," and then I'll be like, who are you? Because I don't know who they are, but it's just such a shock that people are doing that, you just don't know how to react in the first instance,
That famous T-shirt, Webby, what are you going to do with it? Every time I see you wearing it, what are you going to do with it now?
I even wore it to the Gadget Show a few weeks ago as well.
I'm bringing mine.
Well,
probably.
Headcase has designed
Maybe.
a very nice Mojo T-shirt, so when that design is finalised, I'm going to try and get a T-shirt shop to print a load, which will be quite nice. I'll have to do one of them cheesy adverts for $29.95, and we'll throw in this and that. Be awesome.
Awesome. I think it goes without saying that this, I don't know, people put it on and they go about their daily business, and it's not easy. Like, by no stretch of the imagination is putting on this show and all the stuff that goes on with running the website and the cost of that and the editing and all the stuff that mostly that Webby's had to bear, and everybody else with their, providing their time and effort to do the other things. It's not easy, and you see cracks in everyone's facade as far as questioning whether or not they can continue doing it and whether it's worth continuing doing, perhaps even in people's tweets as early as yesterday or today. But I don't know, for some reason we keep plodding on, and it becomes the community that makes it worth it. And when the community is really supportive, then there's no question as whether or not to carry on. But then when you get, you spent 3 hours recording, you spent, however many hours doing this, that, and the other, and then editing and putting it up, and your own time and money, and then perhaps you get some piss-taking or negative feedback or something like that, you start wondering whether or not it's worth it. So I think if you like the show and you appreciate all the guys on it, it's worth it to take the extra effort to do the reviews and things like that people have done and write into the show, and that's basically all we do it for at this point.
And I think Josh, you've really hit a button with me there, because I've come close to just quitting it all. I've lost count how many times, and it is hard sometimes. You've put a lot of time and effort into something, and especially on Twitter and sometimes on YouTube or whatever, people will put a comment out, just nasty comments out, and you just think, well, why the fuck am I doing this for? If I'm doing something that you're getting for free, I'm not making any money out of it. In fact, it's costing me money, and you're just being a fucking arsehole about it. But then, on the flip side, as you say, Josh, when you see a lot of good comments, and there are more good than bad, and that's what keeps you going at the end of the day. And this is just a hobby, and it's just nice to chat with you guys every week and just record it.
Yeah, definitely.
So anyway, who are we up to? Mr. Peebs. This will be interesting.
Well, it was like what Collie said when he first said it. Well, we have mentioned it before, but people have probably forgotten. I was more interested to hear some of the new guys' stories. But mine was pretty much similar to Collie and Headcase, that I'd got a new iPod for Christmas. Hadn't really been onto a store and listened to any podcast whatsoever, but just for some reason, I can't remember really, because at the time I was more heavily into my PS3 than I was my Xbox, because where I worked, everyone was playing COD 4 on PS3, so I was playing PS3. But for some reason, I downloaded the 360 GamerCast podcast and listened to it. And I didn't really, obviously the quality in that weren't great, but I didn't know any different because I hadn't really listened to any of the sort of the American polished professional ones, so I didn't really know any different. And it got me back actually playing my Xbox, and then I haven't looked back since really. But yeah, I think it was, I can't remember what episode it was now. I think it was at the 20s and 30s, quite early on. Math was on there. Collie, Carl, and obviously Webby. I don't think Hooded Vendetta was on there then. I think he was only on for a few though, wasn't he?
I think he was on for the first 8 or 9.
Yeah. And then obviously got more added people on the friends list, got more talking. And this is sort of before Twitter really, because Twitter's only what a few years now. Only seems a few years old anyway. But yeah, it was before Twitter. So you just add people on the friends list and just jump into games. I think the biggest game then, I think, was World at War had just come out, the one after COD 4, and playing with them, and then it was just sort of a small community then. I think some of the main players, obviously, was Voodoo was one of the main stalwarts, and then there was like Gordini was heavily, don't really see much or hear of him much nowadays, but he was a big community member back in the day. Maddie and Chenko, if anyone remembers them guys, but they were all sort of COD players, didn't really vary into much other games, especially like people like Math. Anyway, I remember he did get a bit boring when it came to what have you been playing this week, because it would just be COD every single week, and I think people want to hear a variety of different games being discussed and reviewed and whatnot. But yeah, then I sort of proceeded to do the back catalogue and listen to it from, I think we had an extension built on the side of the house, and I was doing a lot of decorating, so I was listening to the back catalogue on my iPod while I was painting and whatnot, and I was just hooked, and I don't know why. Since I've downloaded that one, I did try the podcasts, and like Webby said, there weren't many British ones. There seems to be a heavy influx of British ones now, but back then it was all American ones, and I did listen to a few, but I just couldn't really get into them. And it says something for me now, because obviously I think it was last year I had my little sabbatical, but I still listen to every week, and obviously it sounds biased, but it was still my favourite podcast, even though obviously I wasn't on it, but it's still one that makes me laugh. It's still the one that if I'm not on, I always go to and listen to first. I know that sounds cheesy and biased, but it just is. I just still think it's the best one, and. Like the other guys have echoed, meeting up with people. I've met Webby quite a few times now. Some of the others, obviously, Clarkey and Voodoo's been at Eurogamer every year. Carson come down, met some really good people. We talk on Twitter all the time, added on Facebook, chat, and you consider most of them, good friends. And looking forward to Eurogamer this year, because I think it's going to be a good laugh, getting the pubs that, I'm not overly bothered about the games. I don't care what games are announced. For me, it's about meeting up with everyone. It wouldn't even bother me if we didn't go in the convention centre at all. We could just go and find a pub somewhere and get pissed and have a laugh and get Collie to eat a load of pork scratchings.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really looking forward to the change. I'm old-fashioned, and I didn't really want to change, but I do think it's probably needed. I know Webby's sort of reflecting and saying it is sad, but it's still going to be the same guys. We might try and change a few things up, but it's primarily still going to be the same old controversial, off the cuff, unprofessional, just a bunch of guys. It could be party chat. You could just be recording a party chat. Sometimes we vary off. Yeah, sometimes we vary off and talk about other things, and that's what I like about our community. It's unique. I follow other people from other podcasts, obviously, because the primarily interest is games, but you don't very rarely see them tangent off onto other things. But we'll talk about everything and anything. We will have big discussions on football, politics, religion, and you name it. We've talked about it, and they ain't like. We don't beat around the bush either. We there's been times when people have nearly fallen out over it.
Well, a lot of people have gotten offended throughout the year.
Yeah, or got offended, and and they're quite within the right to be offended, and they'll tell us if they are, then that's their opinion. But that's what I like about our community and the fringes, people on the fringes of it. We are primarily gaming, but we talk about other things and just have a general discussion on anything and everything, and we're no holds barred, and like I say, other gaming communities, and that's fair play to them. That's what they want to stick to. They don't like to perhaps say their opinion on other things. They just want to stick to gaming, but that's why I like us. We're different.
And not very
PC.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's very nice, Peebs. I've not heard you speak about it like that before. Brings a tear to my eye. Illmatic, I'm quite intrigued about your story.
Well, I don't know, man. It started off, I was working a lot of long hours, and I was looking for a podcast. So I went on iTunes and, I did a little search. And the first one that came up was, what was it? The Overseas Connection. And I started listening to them. And next thing you know, they were talking about, I played with this guy from 360 GamerCast. And I was like, well, let me go ahead and, look them up. So I looked you guys up and, I listened. I think the first episode was with Trip and Colin. They were at PAX, and they're all hovering around a fucking iPhone. And it sounds like, and they were all, that shit was so funny. I was laughing so hard, and I really didn't get into the community like everybody else did. So I started listening to the back catalog, and then I think that what set it off is when I think it was E3. Or last year, and we all we all got together and we started listening to it, and it was like epic. That thing was like 8 hours. We all stood by the by the laptops, by the 360 and everything else. We were just talking back and forth, and that right there just set it off, man. And
listen to me slag off moany British people. That's it, wasn't it, Illmatic?
And that fucking Wonder Book shit, that was funny. Boy, that was funny. And I think it was me, you, Colin, Dan, and somebody else, and we were just having a ball. And that, being in the military, you miss that. After you get out, you miss the tightness, the group thing, and you missed that, and that brought me in. I love that, man. I missed that, and you guys brought that into me, and and then finally getting to meet Webby, the master of everything else, and I was like, yeah, man, this is what I like. I'm stick with this, and from then on, it's been a fucking ride, man. I love it. Love y'all, man. Y'all like other brothers from. Y'all might be white, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn, man. I love y'all, man. Everybody in the community has just embraced me, and I love that, man. That's that you don't get that. You just don't get that, man. So Webby, keep it up, man. Love y'all, man.
That's what she said. Woo.
Yes. Yes. But that's about it, man.
Cool. And we can't finish this topic without saying a big thanks to Carl as well, because without Carl sticking with it, for all that time as well, we wouldn't be here. So big thanks to Carl.
Oh yeah, awesome. I still remember my jump in the podcast was when this douchebag on my friends list won this Halo Legendary thing. Got to go to this massive Halo event, and I was proper jealous of this twat, right? And I ended up seeing him post on the forums, the official Xbox ones, that he wanted people on the podcast. I'm there thinking, damn, this twat goes to events, he wins Halos. I'm getting in on this shit. That's pretty much sort of my jump in on it.
Awesome.
And I mean that in the nicest way.
I know, Carl. And that was back in the days of MySpace.
Oh my God,
How
MySpace.
retro
what the
is
fuck?
that?
I still remember
Jenna Jameson is his best friend on his MySpace page.
Awesome.
I still remember Webby putting on his MySpace saying, "Oh yeah, I got Twitter. I'm going to be on there from now on," kind of thing. And I joined it maybe the same time he did.
And made a T-shirt with your Twitter ID.
That's like a year later. But yeah, I remember getting on it, and my first tweet essentially was me taking a picture of a Capri Sun.
Oh, man. I mean, I remember joining Twitter when it first arrived, and the only reason I joined Twitter was because you could have a tweet box on a website. So I only joined Twitter so I could have a box on the front page of the old 360G website, so whatever I tweeted come up on the front page of the site. That was like so cool. So,
that was the in thing.
Yeah, it was the in thing.
And now it's like the in thing.
There we go. So yeah, good memories, man. It's It's welling up here.
Keep up a good job, man. Y'all do a real good job, man. Love y'all, man.
Do we have any questions, Headcase, from Twitter at all?
Yeah, there's a couple people using the old hashtag and the new one. The old one was 360G, and the new one is Mojo Q. So might be rehashing some of the things we've already talked about, so we can just read them out and give people credit for writing in. But the first one's from Stuntmaster. He says, "Has your game tastes changed as you gotten older? As I noticed that Peebs like shit games more, and Kali has gone to Japanese on us."
Yes. I've evolved.
Which makes me laugh because I remember Colin going, Japanese games, oh shit, what are you playing that for? And now you're on the gravy train.
JRPGs.
You know what started that, right? Fucking Skyrim.
You think?
Yes.
That's Western.
The gateway drug.
Yeah, man. When you started playing Skyrim, that's when you opened your eyes.
I don't know.
Because I was into Mass Effect 2. I mean, Mass Effect 2 I played before Skyrim, I think, and it was... I don't know. That's what really... Shit, I don't know.
It's all them years of me talking about how amazing they are. You finally caved in.
Fair enough. I mean, I was all about Halo and Call of Duty when I joined the community, you know, and now I'm into fighting games now. I spent $130 on a damn arcade fight stick, you know.
No,
RPGs
Colin, you've been having sex in missionary position with all these games for years, and now you have a little fetish.
Little reverse cowgirl.
Mm-hmm. To spicing things up.
Yes.
And those games are still shit.
No, they aren't.
God almighty.
Speaking of which, I managed to pick that Super Street Fighter 4 up for a couple of quid when they had the sales. We need to get on that, Colin. Like, big time.
Yes. I will definitely play you.
I've got my joystick waiting for you.
Roger.
I think, well, with me, my gaming tastes change every week anyway, so...
Yes. Well, see, Webby, here's one thing. I don't know that you seem to, like, every 6 months, there's a new best game ever. You do know what ever means, right? I'm just checking.
It's just a cool catchphrase.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that it was consciously abused and not...
I don't actually mean it like that, because Final Fantasy VII is the best game of all time ever.
Really?
Yes. So any other game I mention as best game ever, apart from Final Fantasy VII, is just the best game at that time.
Well, one of the joys of now having a Vita is I will download Final Fantasy VII and play it and see what all the fuss is about.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
Then you'll moan about the graphics. Oh, the graphics are fucking shite.
1997 though, Faithful Wish is playing it, so it's all good.
Is there any voice acting in it, or is it all text?
It's all text.
All text.
Oh,
because it's
God.
retro, man. It's old school.
Fuck. That's
How many hours is a playthrough of Final Fantasy VII?
About 40 to 60 hours.
Depends on your reading
60
level.
60 hours?
Mm-hmm.
My wife is down. She's shaking her head looking at me going, not happening.
Oh, it's happening. Do it.
Do it
Just
now.
lay in bed and play it while she's reading her book.
Well, no. She's sitting there playing Candy Crush.
Oh,
She's got more hours on Candy Crush than I have on Skyrim.
Oh, no. That's just awful.
You know what you're going to do? You're going to tell your boss, I don't want to move to Malaysia. I want to move to Japan.
Malaysia.
Or whatever the fuck you're going to move to. For fuck's sake.
Bumfuck Egypt.
Yeah. I'm going to move to Japan so I can get them exclusive.
Colin's going to give him the blue steel over in Malaysia.
Hajime Mashite, Colin-san.
Walking around with a fucking Komodo on. God almighty.
As I've gotten older and have less time to game, I'm playing everything on easy. I just want to get through it. I don't have time to die and do it over again.
See, I was like that a couple years ago, and now I'm more sort of, if I don't play it on the hardest difficulty, I'm not going to play it, kind of thing.
I don't get people that do that, because for me, gaming is all about enjoyment, and I don't know how people can enjoy playing a game on the hardest setting and just dying all the time. I'd rather just do it on...
It's the challenge, you numpty!
I'd rather just do it
There we
on normal,
go.
easy or normal, and enjoy my experience.
I'm playing Persona 4 Golden on normal.
Now, it depends. For me, it depends what it is. If it's a crap game that's got a crap story, then the challenge of doing it on the hardest difficulty makes that story feel slightly less shit. But with games like Gears of War and stuff like that, I'll play it in normal or whatever because the story of it is fucking fantastic. But then again, what with the argument I had with Trip on Twitter, you can't deem a game shit by what people say, if that makes any sense. You can only deem it shit by if
opinions
you play,
are subjective things in by their very nature. Anyway.
And you just need to remember one thing.
That Webby's always right, yes.
Yes!
All right.
Webby is rarely
Swiftly
correct.
moving on.
Yes.
Castlevania, Wolfenstein, Final Fantasy.
Wolfenstein?
Yes.
Nino Kuni.
Wolfenstein!
Don't forget the infamous Test Drive Unlimited 2 saga.
I've still got that game. I bought it purely because you were banging on about it. We've never bloody played.
I think I would be a great PR manager for a games company.
If you're listening, pick him up right now.
Every fucking game that you recommend.
Well, let's look at how your relationships with other PR people have
Okay,
gone.
let's just not talk about that, Colin.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh dear. Did something go to shit creek?
Right, swiftly moving on. We've got another question.
Yeah, Jamie Commons from the House of Commons. If you were to create a whole new special infected for Left 4 Dead, what would it be? I would make a possession guy that controls you. Doesn't that dude that jump on your back, he controls you?
Yeah,
anyway?
the jockey. Yeah, that's kind of like that. That's a tough one. Let me think. That's actually a good question. Refreshing to get something new like that every once in a while.
That's actually quite a decent question. Because you've got your projectiles, you've got your one that sort of vomits on you and makes them all come for you. You got the one that drags you away. You got the one that pins you down.
Yeah.
You got the one that controls you.
I don't know. Maybe something that's like swarm based, that's really small and like really fast and swarms all over you or something. I don't know.
That's
You have to do something to get it off, whether it's like fire or water or something.
See, with a really good question like this, it feels rude not to answer it. You have to answer this damn question.
You have to do something to get it off.
It's called cunnilingus, boys. Get to work.
Oh dear, we're already there.
All right, Gunslinger, 1983. He says, do you guys think that the next-gen consoles will be the last? After the PS4 and 720, are we going to hit a tech plateau?
Nintendo will definitely release another console.
But then again,
then it'll be shit. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm one of these twats that interrupt people. I do apologise. We did say about having hit the tech plateau for the 360 and the PS3, and look where we got now. And even with TVs and stuff, apparently we got Super HD coming out or something like that.
It was like 4K, then 8K or something.
Yeah, something crazy.
I don't understand.
Apparently it'll be like looking through a window. But then they said that about 1080, so I really don't get it. I mean, how HD can you actually go?
It's only as ever good as your eyesight.
That's true. That is true. I don't think we will hit a tech plateau, to be fair. I mean, you look at this Google glasses that are coming out where it's, well, supposedly meant to be all eye movements and stuff like that. I mean, that's just incredible.
It's going to be amazing.
And then you get these keyboards that actually get lasered out onto your desk. So you have this little tiny device that lasers out a keyboard and you tap on desk where the keys are. So, and even saying this, I don't know if you've seen it. Sony have made a camcorder where, you know the bit that flips out, which has got the screen on? On the back side of that screen, there's actually a projector.
Very cool.
So how long is it going to be before we get, like, projection sort of style games and sort of, what's the one? Sort of holographic. That's the one. Holograms and stuff that pop out of the game and stuff. It'll be quite entertaining. I don't think there will be a tech plateau on games, to be fair. Technology.
So could I laser a keyboard onto my ass and then tell the wife, hey, come in here and type something in?
Yes! The scary thing is you can.
All right.
I've tried it on my own.
I think the only gaming plateau will be sort of implants. Have a 360.
It'll be like the
implanted.
Matrix, where you plug something into your brain and just go into that world.
Let's do it.
Yeah, right in the back of your neck.
It'd be awesome.
And then you get a virus, and then you go on these crazy sprees.
There's
it's
clinics for that sort of thing.
Gunslinger's other question was about the new zombie game. It's XBLA survival game, State of Decay. Anything on it, guys? Seen it?
Nope.
Never heard of it.
Sadly, I've never heard of it either.
Because we're all amateurs and we have no idea.
Guys are on your bloody Vitas too much.
I'm just done half a bottle of whiskey, so I'm feeling it now.
Jeez.
Yeah. A celebration, baby. Got a party on down.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Come on.
God.
Speaking of
Drunk
which,
bastards.
Speaking of which, do you remember in the old school podcast when we used to end it with a really embarrassing impression from me?
Yes, we're going to have to do that again.
Oh, dear.
Fuck. Fucking hell. I didn't want to bring that up.
Alright, next question.
All right, GameX14 is wants you guys to be a little bit more patient. He says, anyone else fed up with the perpetual rumors and conjecture on next-gen in and outs? Be more patient.
I like rumours. Rumours are fun. Gives us something to talk about.
I know. You're like a fucking Jeremy Kyle. Yes, I hate rumors.
But what do you have to gossip about if there's no rumours?
I heard that there's going to be a Jeremy Kyle game on the next Xbox.
Day one purchase.
Mm-hmm. Pre-order.
That's just a rumor that I just made up.
Wonderful. Next.
Let's see. Craigie28, best game of 360 GamerCast lifetime. Not sure how to insert that one.
Oh. Is that the game the community's most played, or...
What was your favourite game of the duration of you've been doing the podcast? What was the first game you talked about on the first episode?
Call of Duty 4.
So that was the sort of main game at that time. So anything from COD 4 onwards.
That was the community game of choice at the time.
And I've got to say that's probably still one of my favourite multiplayer games and single-player campaign of this generation, full stop. COD 4.
I played that today, actually. Still good.
Wasn't it just hacked to shit?
Oh no, I was doing like single player, like split screen versus.
Have you got the Mile High Club yet? That is the question.
Yep, it only took me like 2 years to get it, but...
How about in real life?
I did it first time.
No, not even got the low mile club. So.
Mile Low Club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be patient, sir.
I don't think you want that. Tumbleweeds.
I'm just trying to load up my Raptor to see my most played game. Well, my most played game on Xbox Live, according to Raptor, is Battlefield 3, which is 185 hours.
Oh, speaking of which...
Closely followed by Bad Company 2, which is 131 hours, then Halo Reach 102.
Do you remember
that's
setting
only
up...
tracks from when you signed up to Rapture?
Yeah.
Do you remember setting up a 360 Voice account?
Yes.
They're still going, so you can have a look.
I know, but because I changed my gamer tag then changed it back, it kind of messed it up for me.
No. Well, I'm going to have to 360 voice mine because I know that's probably got mine on
While
there.
you guys do that, I'm reading another one. Urban Big P says, as one door closes, another one opens. On to bigger and better things. 360 GamerCast might be going, but it will never be forgotten.
Yeah.
Not nice.
I heard he needs to practice up on his Rainbow Six skills.
Yes, he does.
Webby had a good time with him on Ghost Recon.
Dude, that dude there, man. We played, me and Brady, boy. We played, and he had one kill and 3 deaths. How in the hell can you do that? That dude sucks balls.
He was distracted by Brady's terrible camo.
And Brady's camo looks like fucking Skittles. Oh, goddamn. Like the fucking rainbow. Dude, and he loves it. Yeah, so the enemy can see me.
So he can hide out in Brighton and not be seen.
What is happening?
It's empty.
Where are we?
Oh,
Come on.
Pour me
Bring
another
it back.
I forgot to mute my microphone. I'm just saying my bottle of whiskey's empty.
We're at 3 hours. Webby's 3 sheets to the wind.
Next question.
Okay, Tellboy, which is Grizzly Tail, goodbye 360G, but thank fuck. You're not really going anywhere, just moving onwards and upwards. All the best, fellas, legends.
Oh, that's nice.
Grizzly Tail.
Nice.
Yes.
Love you, buddy.
Sensei Switch, just want to say big thanks to the podcast and the affiliated communities. I've met some great people over the last few years. May it continue on and go from strength to strength. See you at Eurogamer.
You will indeed.
Let's see here. Matt Smith, end of an era, and on to bigger and better things. But what's your favorite memory of the 360G podcast? Have we gone over that probably?
No, we haven't.
Yes.
I don't know, mine personally would still be the outtakes where we'd done the prank phone calls to America pizza places.
Your number ends in a 0?
No.
Oh, your number starts in a 0?
And then when I pranked called Colin at work.
Oh, that was amazing.
Oh, and one of my top favourite memories, Carl's mum.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you got Carl's mom on the podcast. I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Epic times.
I was hoping you wouldn't have brought that one up.
And I even got his mum to say hello and welcome to 360 GamerCast. And she was ever so posh.
What podcast was that? What you called Colin?
I
gotta listen. I gotta listen to that shit.
Well, it only lasted about a minute.
wasn't
I was
long,
like, look,
was it?
I'm at work, dude. I can't do this right now, you know. And they said, okay, love you, bye. That was all it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one where you was doing a podcast and then you said, oh, if I start pretending that you're my wife, then, you know, it's just because my manager's come in.
I can't remember.
Do you not remember that one?
Certainly wasn't me.
No.
There's Sean Connery.
Oh, maybe I did say something like that, but it was just as a joke.
Clark used to collect P-bisms, and
Oh yeah.
put them on. And one of the best ones was when he was hunting down Webby's gamer score, and he was like, "Oh yeah,
Coming down.
Webby can feel me coming down his back."
And then it's a real long pause, and
Gamer
it's
score.
with my gamer score.
But to be fair to Peebs, it took him over 4 years to catch up to my gamer score and overtake me, but it was worth the effort in the end.
And then
He didn't do it. He didn't do it all by himself.
True.
The team effort.
Yeah, the Pete family.
Yeah, we was trying to get him a rename his gamer tag to the 360 GamerCast community. One at one point.
All those times he'd been in epic Chivo whoring sessions online and gone to have his dinner.
Or gone on holiday for like where?
I got on one time. People, I was looking. I think it was some kind of Connect game. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I know he ain't playing that shit.
Any other questions, Josh?
Yeah, Dr. Smith wants to know, is it pronounced iOS or iOS?
iOS.
It's iOS. Do you guys pronounce it iOS over there?
No.
iOS.
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 Next.
Let's see here. Jared Murphy. I've listened since the very beginning. Top banter and info and the best group of lads on the show. All the best.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Galford says he joined the community after 3 poddy episodes. Found very nice people on Twitter and also Eurogamer meeting. GameX14, not really a question. Just wanted to thank you guys for all you do. Long live Mojo.
Just jumping in, my biggest regret was actually leaving the podcast.
Ah.
Well, honestly, it was awesome. And I left because it... okay, I maybe won't go into that one because it's a bit personal. But I think you'll know why.
Yes, but to that point, it's maybe a point that we've made in the past that you take guff for being on the podcast from a very large group of people at times. Like nothing goes unnoticed by the community. And sometimes the feedback is positive and sometimes it's not, and sometimes it's just not worth it.
Yeah, we've definitely all had our ups and downs. Yeah. Next.
Yeah, I remember losing. Sorry, I was to say, I remember losing my rag on Twitter once and said, "That's it, I'm done," and started deleting everyone off my friends list, but got bored.
Yeah, you deleted me, you bastard. I still haven't told you about that.
I got halfway down and I was like, "Oh,
He didn't get down to the T's.
Too lazy to be angry.
I'd calmed down by the time I got halfway down my friends list.
You didn't get to see because I'm still on there.
Next question.
Let's see. Stevie C, not got a question, but just wanted to wish you all the best. We do all appreciate your hard work. Look forward to seeing you at Eurogamer. And I think we'll just end on that one.
Isn't that nice? Oh, then, guys, it's been a really long podcast this week. Thank you all for coming on. I know it's past Peeves' bedtime. So,
Too bloody right.
So, yeah, I just want to say a big thank you again. And, the last 5.5 years has been emotional. Met some amazing people. And I look forward to doing the first episode of Mojo Radio next week. But we have discussed this before, but I just want to say this has been episode 260. That's a hell of a lot of podcasts, and we are going to carry over one thing from 360 GamerCast, and that is the episode numbers. So next week will be episode 261, but the first episode of Mojo.
We've earned that, goddammit.
Yes. So, yeah, next week will be episode 261 of Mojo Radio. So, I look forward to seeing everybody there. For all you listening, the new podcast will be on this feed. It will carry on exactly how it has done if you're a subscriber. So, you will find us in the same place. If you're a subscriber, it will automatically download to your device. So, do not unsubscribe. We will still be here next week.
And if you're not subscribed, why the fuck aren't you?
Yeah, what he said. So
remember, you have 2 weeks to write a new review or revise your review and hashtag Frostbite3 to win a copy of Blood Dragon.
Ooh.
Or a code for it, at least.
Awesome. When's that out?
Fuck knows.
Next month, I think. May something. I can't remember. I saw the advert. It said May. I think. I'm probably shooting myself in the foot and it's probably like June.
No, it's May. Beginning of May.
Cool. So that's not far away. Alright then, guys. Well, thank you very much. This is Webby317. You can find me on Xbox Live and Steam and Twitter and PSN under that same name.
Do I go now?
Yes, Colin. You go now.
I'm Collie Wally. You can find me on Xbox Live. Yeah. I'll be around for a while. Peace to my seeds and my old earth.
I'm Headcase. You can find me in the club. Oh.
Clarky31 and same as whatever, yeah.
Long last 360G Trip McNeely.
Resident Chivo or Pitbull Peebs.
I'm going to make it sound like I'm really depressed now. It's Carl 360.
Ematic 972.
And our guest Ash as well. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, Ashura Mitsu on 360 and Twitter, Ashuri on PSN, Lord Protector of Her Majesty's Walking Dead.
There we go. So we're still going to try and keep up the tradition of getting community members on from time to time, which will be super cool. But yes, you can find us hopefully on the new website, www.mojo-interactive.net. And on Twitter at mojo_int. The Facebook group name we can't change the address of, so it will for the future be facebook.com/360GamerCast.
Just make a new group.
No, because this group's got loads of people in it.
Dude,
You can change the name of it.
I've changed the name of it.
But he can't change the domain name, like the URL.
I can't change the L, so we'll keep it as it is.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried. So that is it. And most importantly at the moment, our YouTube channel, youtube.com/mojointeractive.net, all one word, and on twitch.tv/mojointeractive, all one word. So that's it, guys. It's the end of an era, and we look forward to seeing you next week under the new name of Mojo Radio. So from everybody here, it's been emotional. We will see you soon. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to 360 GamerCast. And remember, next time the boss isn't around, join us in the forums at 360GamerCast.com.
One of the memories we missed, Webby, number of birds you've been able to shag because of the podcast. Carl, you and Carl should comment.
Yeah, there are podcast groupies, apparently. We didn't know that.
No one's told me.
Well, if they've had the rest, why aren't they coming to the best?
They're not going to fly over to America.
Good question.
Do you really want Carl and Webby's sloppy seconds?
You do.
I've never really been opposed to sloppy seconds, so, I mean, I'm not finicky.
You dirty
I love
bastard.
all women equally.
Dan's back on. I wonder if he's still...
That was a quick outing for him, wasn't it?
Say, Clarky shouldn't be complaining if it was sloppy seconds. You want to get all you can get, mate.
Before he falls asleep.
I was asking Trip Peeps. I never said I was to.
Say, don't get all fusty, son.
We got 2 star hosts over here, man.
We'll go hunting for some groupies at
As long as
Eurogamer.
I'm not jumping on the grenade, I'm pretty much good with anything. And for the Brits that don't know what jump on the grenade refers to, the grenade would be the ugliest bird at the club at the end of the night that you go home with so that your friends can go home with the hot ones.
Goddamn.
Never been a grenade jumper.
Ride home.
Damn.
Peeps watches Jersey Shore.
There's
He knows
nothing
what a
wrong
grenade
with
is.
being a grenade jumper.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh, dear.
It just makes...
And in your choice in...
I tell you what, though, it makes for interesting stories. Trust me.
Just don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
Hell no, you tell everyone.
Oh, fuck no.
Like a moped, fun, but you don't want to be seen riding one.
Exactly.
I've told you, I can't remember what episode it was. Remember the one when Carl got egged?
Egged?
Oh,
yeah.
I
He was
don't think I've
walking
ever heard
up
this one.
and didn't a car drive by and they threw some eggs at you?
God. My.
I was walking home. I was walking home. I had this really fine, decent shirt on, and the next thing is drive-by egging. I was fuming.
No, but it wasn't even Halloween, was it?
No, it was like in the middle of summer.
That's just funny.
Did you take a picture of that? Took a picture of that. It looked like a fucked up scrambled egg.
Oh my god! I don't think I've ever laughed that hard on this podcast. Holy shit!
Carl, for some reason, I envisaged the neighborhood you live in as being very closely resembling Harry Potter's house in the movie where his aunt and uncle live. Is that accurate or no?
I've not really watched Harry Potter. I would just sort of...
Don't lie to me!
I've watched one or two of them, but I don't remember the aunt and uncle sort of town
All right,
thing.
never mind.
I'll have to look it up, but it probably,
right.
yeah, probably right.
That was fucking hilarious.
Was
I
at
never-
the time.
I never looked at
Luckily,
that.
it's
Yeah.
Webby. That time, me and I think Punker was on, and I left my Skype headset on the thing, and me and the missus then proceeded to have the most almighty row, effing and blinding at each other, shouting real obscenities. And I got back on the headset, and Webby and Punker were laughing their heads off.
Was I on there?
I can't remember. And they'd heard everything. And I said, Webber, you can't put that in the outtakes, fuck's sake. But,
I
yeah,
think
we
that's
were
been
really...
deleted and lost in time.
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
Awesome. I think the funniest parts of the old podcast, though, were the outtakes, and I think they still are, actually. So if I actually just go back and listen to some of the old outtakes from old podcasts, I might get some good quality stuff for the outtakes of this one. You never know.
I just laughed my ass off at Carl getting egged.
Honestly, at the time, I was fuming. I was like, that's my goddamn best shirt.
Dude, I wish I was around the corner and seen that shit.
Understandably so.
Oh,
Well,
That'd
Carl,
be-
you've got to come to the next meet up in Brighton. When I
Did
meet
you get a good
Carl,
look at their
When I
faces?
meet Dan, because you're only just down the road, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm not that far. I mean, I can get a train or some shit.
Yeah, and Peebs is coming as well.
When is it?
We're planning on doing a summer meet up in Brighton at some point in the summer.
I know
funnily enough.
I've got some time off in June or July for a week. I could probably do it then.
And Peebs can travel down, and Clarky can travel down with Peebs. You see.
Yeah, I've got some
forward
time
thinking.
still left to book off.
Get it organised.
Sorted.
Hopefully it'll be nice and sunny, and we won't get pestered by seagulls as much.
No, you get pestered by gay people.
I'm on it.
It's going to be amazing. Be loads of trannies around.
you be in your element.
Is that why you keep going down to visit Dan so much?
Well,
Yeah.
me and Dan have a secret thing going. That's all.
Well, I can imagine him.
Cheating on me? What the fuck?
I can just imagine him walking around with some pumps on and a red lipstick and a red wig.
Yeah.
You'd make an ugly fucking woman.
Is that a compliment or?
I just want to know where Elmatic's imagination runs. I mean, Jesus.
Someone help. Oh man, I've got a teeny bit of whiskey left in this glass, and there's none left.
Don't you have any boxed wine or anything in the house?
No, actually, I have a 1 litre bottle of JD downstairs as well. Actually,
God. Ash.
Are the tips of your fingers turning yellow?
Me?
Are your
No.
fingernails getting brittle?
No, they're fine. They're fine.
No, Webby.
what?
Nothing.
Yeah, what? What's up?
I was gonna ask Ash if, because he lives in Essex, has he met anyone from The Only Way Is Essex?
Well, apparently she, what's her name? Anyway, one of them was supposed
Crazy
to be doing
slut.
Yeah, we'll just call her that. She was just supposed to be doing a book signing in Asda, which is about a 2-minute walk from me. And she was there for literally 8 minutes because nobody turned up. What's her name? Amy, what's her face?
Amy Charles.
Yeah, that's the one.
See, Peeps
Yeah.
knows all their names, all their zodiac signs, all that shit.
Yeah.
You would have been there.
8 minutes, and then she buggered off because no one turned up.
Peeps, do you watch that with your missus?
Yeah. It's trash TV, but I love it.
Ugh. Downton Abbey for the win.
No, that show's fucking
that show's jumped
terrible
the shark now.
Oh my god.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Oh, and it's
Sons
on
of
tomorrow.
Anarchy.
It's on tomorrow night in the UK. I can't wait.
No, Sons of Anarchy.
And then on Tuesday at 9 o'clock, Sci-Fi Defiance.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be so good. I'm going to be playing the game and watching the show at the same time.
So this game is basically Homefront with aliens, right?
Oh, that's much better than Homefront.
Much worse than Homefront.
The Homefront was a quality game, though.
No.
Homefront was the COD
graphics.
killer.
It was the COD killer for life.
I thought it was going to be. I was hoping it would be.
Yeah, I mean, we bigged that game up big time, didn't we?
Yeah.
And now
You
look
bigged
what's
it
happened
up
to THQ since.
We bigged it up, and then at PAX East, I played it for about 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, God, this thing's a train wreck.
Yeah,
I
because
still ended up buying it.
Colin. Yeah, because it was good. The campaign was good. The multiplayer was. I think me and Headcase put loads of hours into the multiplayer. We loved
Shooting
it.
grenades from your head was good.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish it.
And
Get to the
Crytek
end
is
of the
still working
campaign.
on Homefront 2, so I expect big things.
I think they needed, more bosses. Kim Jong-un and Kim will fix it. That would have been good.
Yeah, well, and they predicted the future in that game, didn't they? So. Yeah, it's
Didn't
happening
know
now.
America had been
so.
attacked.
And
I think
next
it's
thing
all-
you know, America will be run by the North Koreans.
No. You don't want to attack an armed society. That is so ridiculous. Like Red Dawn, everybody's got a gun.
Dude, I'm ready. I'm
Fuck
ready.
yeah, I'm ready.
Well,
Bring it.
How many submarines do you have?
I'm pretty sure we have quite a few.
Oh.
Wow.
I was thinking of submarines.
No
'cause
good
I
to you
watched
in the middle of
K-19
Utah.
last night. It was awesome.
It's all academic until
How
the
many
Covenant
paper
turn up.
aeroplanes have you got?
How many nuclear-armed submarines are in the ocean right now? Do.
Their
Think
nuclear
a
submarine is just a guy with a fucking nuke in his hand underwater with a scuba diving kit.
Like the Hunt for Red October. How many times have they actually been close to pressing them buttons?
Oh, mate, scary.
It's a great film, by the way.
I
It's the
end
only
up watching
good
that
thing to come
movie
out of the-
every time it comes on. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
I think we've only got one sub, haven't we? The Brits.
Yeah, and your airplane's parked on a French aircraft carrier, is that right?
Mhm. They leased their navy from the French.
Yeah, the French are the new Americans, mate.
Freedom fries.
Yeah, aren't they fighting a bunch of terrorists in northwestern Africa right now?
Yeah,
Africa.
Mali,
Yeah.
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 How long?
Was that how long before they get the white flags out? We surrender!
How long before I have to go to the in-laws?
No.
That's what I have to do as well, but they're not the in-laws.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yet. You'll be a changed man soon, Jared. You'll never be on consoles anymore because you'll be having to go to barbecues,
Like Webby.
babies,
Webby's
and
on,
stuff.
Webby's on less now than he was when he was at work.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I'm on quite a lot during the day, but then when it comes to the evening, I'm playing Persona. Oh, I'm getting told off now.
Oh.
See? It's like-
Act like what?
Oh.
She's actually playing the Xbox right now as I'm talking to you.
Operation Flashpoint. Who's in? Who's in?
I wish. My wife's sick. I gotta go take care of the little one. She's not feeling good.
Alright, well guys, thank you very much again. It's been awesome, and I look forward to editing it tomorrow. When I wake up at midday.
Bastard. Bastardo.
You'll wake up and go, fuck, this is too long. Not editing it. Bye.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes, Carl.
Never heard about the Dole office. How did the Dole office go?
Oh, I haven't been yet. I couldn't be bothered. I'm actually supposed to go to some job agencies tomorrow, but we'll see if I can be bothered. Oh, I'm being told I'm going. I've got to edit the podcast tomorrow.
You know what will happen? You know what will happen is you'll get a job back in a supermarket.
I've got
Talk about this when I'm finished.
Talk about this when I'm finished. I've had
got a
2
job
of those
selling-
moments during the podcast.
I got a job selling sandwiches for a job agency. So
Awesome.
yeah, in Southend.
We'll see what happens tomorrow. I've got to edit the podcast.
Are they
on-
bean sandwiches like your friend Sensei Switch likes?
Baked
Well, I'd said
sandwiches.
Bean sandwiches.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Because usually
Tell me
the
about-
podcast takes me about 3 or 4 hours to edit, and then I have to
Why?
edit.
How can that possibly be?
Because it's uploading
Perfection.
takes ages, and then the computer has to wear away doing stuff. It's complicated.
Stop drinking while you're doing it.
I can't. and then I have to edit this Dishonored video tomorrow, which will take
Can you
ages
do anything
as well.
in parallel while it's uploading?
Yeah, play Defiance.
Okay.
So that's
No
why
wonder it takes so long. You're connected to the
upload.
internet, soaking up all your bandwidth.
No, it uploads pretty quick, but the main thing is just like putting everything together just takes time. Getting it to run smooth.
Doesn't a temp agency take a huge portion of your salary?
I have no idea. I'll find out when I go on Tuesday.
I would think so.
Has anyone had to sit through hours of patching on this?
no.
one?
Webby, join the
Yes.
military. Join
I'm not
the
fit
military.
enough to join the military. I've got a massive beer gut.
They'll
Too old
now as well, aren't you?
Even though, after watching that Boston thing on the news, I'm very slim compared to your police officers.
Yeah, they're
Well,
Boston.
there you go. Come over to Boston and get a job
Yes.
as a protect and serve officer.
Yeah, who can hardly even walk, let alone run.
That's 'cause you just stand back and shoot. You don't chase them.
Yeah.
Euthanasia can help you. He'll help you out.
You have a gun in one hand and a donut in the other.
That's right.
That's your job.
The
You
gun
always
is
wanted to hold a
opponent.
fucking gun.
Don't get them mixed up.
This actually did make me very sorry. Please, Mr. fucking.
Yes, yes, yes.
Fucking Webby, we taking bribes and shit. You got some beer?
I've got to buy this new Xbox game. Give me some money.
Yeah. If I could take you down to GameStop, you want me to
Webby,
take
just get a job at a game. Work
Well,
in game.
I have applied for a job at Game.
Good man.
Or Blockbuster. They're good.
No, I don't like Blockbuster.
He'd like to keep his job.
We're safe. We've been bought out now, so it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good in the hood.
Just don't get a job at HMV.
Yeah, I can't comment on them, but yeah.
Well, guys, I need to go because I really need a toilet. So,
Same.
I'll see you guys
Hello.
during the week.
Tati, bye.
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 Tell me why you did it, every dream falling apart. Tell me why you did it, I'll tell the promise. Still again, oh baby, I need your love. Looking so different, running street light.
How much Persona 4 Golden talk do you think the podcast can handle?
Oh man, I've done
Not a
over
lot.
12 hours on it now. Been on it all week.
I've already heard enough about it just from Twitter.
I think I'm at like 15 hours.
Holy crap.
Are you further than me then, Colin? Have you saved the second dude?
Yeah, Kanji? Yeah, I've saved him.
Yeah, how weird was that?
It says if you don't save them in time, your game's just over. So as soon as it gave me at like the 5.5 hour mark, as soon as it gave me freedom after school, I immediately saved it there in case I don't save the first girl in time. You know.
Yeah. Oh.
All you got to do is do it like before a rainy night or whatever.
No, before the rain stops.
Yeah, before the rain stops.
Yeah, it's easy.
What a bunch of dorks.
What up?
What up, dude? Word.
To your
I just
mother.
got- Yes, I just got back from buying from GameStop. I went to go buy.
Vita? Did you get a Vita?
No, fuck
Persona
no.
4?
Hell no.
That's clean.
Good
Operation
man.
Flashpoint, bitches.
Yeah. Which one? Dragon Rising?
No, Red River.
Dude, for the first time I watched that Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon trailer.
Looks fucking sweet, doesn't it?
It looks like their answer to Saints Row 3.
Definitely.
I still haven't watched it.
It won't let me add your friend, Pete, for some reason. It says add phone number for some reason.
I've asked him. Has he just sent you a request then?
Yeah, and I'm trying to add him, but it just...
You need to stop the call and start it up again?
Oh no, it's working now.
We should get Carl on as well.
Yeah, where's Carl?
Jesus
He's on the
Christ,
first
how many more do you want? Let's just get him a fucker on, have it until fucking 3 o'clock in the
Well,
morning.
Peeps, this is the last...
Girlfriend's on too.
This is the last 360 GamerCast, so it's got to be a long special one.
Jesus, we should get here on fucking
Call
time,
in sick
So stop
tomorrow.
moaning.
Peeps, call in sick.
You can...
Right, I'll tell you what, I'm fucking... Right, if we're talking about all this Japanesey PS Vita shit, I'm making a splinter group, doing my own podcast. Who's with me? Trip, Clark.
Was it going to be the Peeps Cast 360 Chibo whoring formula or something like that?
Yeah.
We'll play every B-rated game you want to hear
Peeps,
about.
Everyone else has tried and failed. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, motherfuckers haven't done it before. Get Peebs and me on a splinter group.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Huh?
Trouble.
All you gonna talk about is fucking FIFA. And Walking Dead.
No, FIFA.
Fallout.
How do you know we're not taking your ass too, Elmatic? Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, you're not a PS3 fanboy. You'll be with us, Ilmatic, so...
Fuck. Okay.
The war is coming.
Civil War.
What do you want to talk about? Fucking Nino Cooney and fuck Japaneso?
Baby, bring me my gun.
Did you guys see on Twitter I was having a gun debate
Right,
with
is he-
Jason Rubin?
With
who?
Jason Rubin,
Who the fuck's that?
formerly of Naughty Dog, this was made CEO of THQ.
Oh, cool. And
I did
what
not
was
see
his
that.
name?
What was you saying to him?
He's the guy. He was the project lead behind the Uncharted series
Nice.
and Crash Bandicoot and fracking.
I'm guessing he was against...
Are
He's
you
against
still a
all
Naughty
people.
Dog fan then?
Well, I thought he was a Randian like myself, but he was citing a bunch of data, masturbation, hand motion about guns and being a problem and blah blah blah.
Did you see all the people in Boston wishing that they were in their houses,
Yes!
freaked out, wishing they had a gun?
Yeah.
Did you ask Jason Rubin why the fuck he makes video games with guns in them then?
No. That was that's the only reason he responded to me, because he cited some article and I was like, will you make a public pledge here and now to discontinue any gun references in any of your future video games?
What did he say?
What? And he's like, you've missed the point completely.
Whatever.
Fuck. I fucking hate people like that. They can go fuck themselves in the ass.
I just hate people.
They can make money off of it, but they don't want them in their houses.
Jed,
What kind? What a fucking idiot.
Tell him he has his purple dildo he took home with him from THQ to protect him.
See, someone was starting up that Bongo the Same was conspiracy theories already about this bombing.
What's Companion Cube been
It's
saying?
a false flag event, man.
What happened in Boston was awful. The mainstream news points to the accused brothers, but the more I read around the edges, the more I doubt.
What?
9/11 was an inside job.
Was that Companion Cube, peeps?
No, it weren't Companion Cube. It's one of his mates, I think.
Who's that bloke who does all that, Colin? What's his name? Who does all that 9/11 shit?
The dude with the beard, I know who you're talking about.
Michael Moore?
Michael Moore.
Yeah.
Fat, hairy, goiter-neck bastard.
And there's another guy who does a radio show every day as well. What's his name? Because he does.
Glenn Beck.
Sorry?
No, it's that
Jones,
crazy
isn't it?
motherfucker that was on Pierce Morgan, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
That's
I've seen him before.
Oh, that redneck.
What's his name? It's really annoying me. now.
Alex George?
Alex Jones.
Jones, yeah. No, Jones.
Yeah, Alex Jones.
It was like
Is he the Welsh bloke?
1776 will happen again.
He has a radio show.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And he does he does it as a podcast every day
Yeah.
as well.
He's a nutsack also.
Yeah.
All right, you getting Carl or what?
Yes.
Get Carl.
Where is Carl?
He was in party chat with those fools just now.
Yeah.
I'm on Xbox. I'm just looking at what I've played on Xbox, which isn't much because my Vita's been in full.
Yeah, but
flow.
message Carl while you're on there.
Isn't that novelty worn off yet?
Mate, Persona 4.
Couple more
I've been
weeks.
going to basketball practice, drama club. I've got a part-time job making envelopes. I've got
Alright.
a part-time.
Christ.
I've
Sounds
got a part-time
exciting.
job at the help
Got
centre.
a part-time job making envelopes.
I've been going to a TV and kill dudes.
You just fold paper.
I've been going fishing.
He's the
I've been dating
origami.
about
He's
3
the
different
origami
girls.
killer.
It's been brilliant. It's like
Webby.
Second Life.
I'm also enjoying it. Are you liking this better than Nino Cooney, though?
No. What's that, Colin?
Are you liking it better than Nino Cooney?
Oh, it's up there, mate. It is so good.
Sounds like it.
No.
I've been spending time with my little sister. We've been
Technically your niece. Get it right up
Yeah.
to the price.
yeah, and we've been growing tomatoes on a little vegetable patch.
Me as well.
Oh, it's been amazing. You just cannot.
Christ.
Dude, I've been making bento boxes and beef stew and having lunch. I'm in the drama
You
club.
cannot beat real-life jobs in a game. Ugh.
Say what?
It's really good, man. Because it's not like for hours and hours. It's like 30 seconds, and it's like you've done it for the day or whatever. You know what I mean?
Dan's on Skype. Get him in.
Why is Dan on Skype?
He's in Vegas. He has an internet connection. Get him in here.
Oh my god, this is.
He won't want to come on. He's on the lash with his mates.
He's hungover.
Probably adjusting his drawers.
Oh, I have a new message on Vita.
Have you? Can you hear me?
Oh, hi,
Yes, we
Dan.
can.
Sound like shit.
You sound rough.
I know you sound bad.
I'm rough as houses, very. Hold on. Let me go somewhere a bit more quieter.
I got a message from Colin 5 hours ago on Vita. Sexy box.
So Collie, while he's playing his feet, is thinking about Xbox.
Peebs, your mic keeps breaking out.
Darling.
Piss off.
Peebs, your mic is Peebs' mic breaking up for anybody else?
It is.
No. Even I can hear Pete.
What the hell? Who can hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I can.
I can hear
Am I breaking up like Peebs?
Cheap brain?
No.
you. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah.
Well, are we starting this shit or what? It's going to be
Hang
3
on.
hour.
In a minute, I just got to do one thing for the podcast first, Peebs.
1,
Do it.
2, 3, 4, 5,
And Colin
6,
and Josh will know
7,
exactly
8,
what.
9, 10. Oh, Carl's in. We have 10 people. I knew it.
Yes!
Yes.
Guys, I can't stay too long. I'm fucking rough as houses and I need to do shit.
No, you got
You been
to stay
to a
on, Dan.
strip
You got.
club? Did you go
You
to
should
Glitter
go-
Gulch last night?
I don't know where I ended up. I really don't. All I know is that I got a bag of fiery Cheetos and I had a McDonald's.
Over part 2.
Oh, you were getting home to your room last night.
I think so. I'm not sure. It was just fucking messy. There is beer everywhere, and
Was there a tiger in your room?
Part 2.
Was the golden nugget cool and retro as fuck, or was I wrong?
dude, oh god, I'd say something. It was like being in Ocean's 14. We had a party bus last night. We hired a limo and drove around the strip for 2 hours, drinking whiskey and beer, listening to techno. It was epic.
Yeah,
You've gone to get the band of Flurry to
it's all about the techno.
Did you wake up with a monkey in your room? Is one of your
I haven't seen any monkeys yet. No.
is
So
one of your
Dan-
mates
Star
is
hose.
yeah, 5-star hose, any 5-star hose or 2-star hose?
I'm not going to say it now, but 2 nights ago, the pool party went to was epic. I'll tell you it's back.
Was you walking around with a Woody all night?
So Dan, since you're not on for very long, this is the last 360 GamerCast podcast.
It is, yes.
What's your best memories, or do you not
The
have
best
any because
memories.
you're
It's
pissed
all-
every time?
It's all you guys. It's awesome. It's the worst hangover I've had here so far. I don't know really. Thank you, everyone. Putting up with me. That's about it, really. Love you all.
Putting up with your 2-hour what you've been playing section.
I say something. You can do what's been played. What I've played right now. I've played fuck all.
Yeah, the most important question. Have you picked up a copy of Persona 4 Golden in the United States yet for a cheaper price?
Haven't seen a single video game shop. I haven't seen a single. I've seen lots of slot machines and shit, and it's crazy. The machines, maybe. There's the slot machines. They've got a Judge Judy fucking gaming machine over it. It's fucking nuts. Judy, Sex and the City. All the old ladies are just standing there putting their fucking dollar bills in. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, dude, have you seen any old people with like oxygen tanks at their side with the tubing into their noses?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Colin did when we went, didn't we?
Dude, it's fucking pathetic.
I thought there was this. I don't know what it was. It was downstairs at MGM a few days ago, and there was this lady she was in full cocktail dress, being carted out in a wheelchair. She was fucked.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been a good holiday. I've got one more day to go, and I'm back. I'm leaving about this time tomorrow, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I haven't got a clue. I might go and get some breakfast shortly. I can't eat another bag of Cheetos.
Go to In-N-Out Burger, Dan.
It's about a mile away, apparently. I can't be fucked.
Go to the
Heart Attack Grill yet.
Yes.
No, the Heart Attack was about 5 miles away.
Did you have that giant burger that you were telling me about?
Yeah, no, maybe later. I did have a chili cheese dog. They're awesome. I went to was it Nathan's? That was it called? A chain over here?
Nathan's famous, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
How
that
was
is good.
Hooters?
Hooters. We went there twice.
Fuck Hooters. Nobody goes to Hooters anymore.
You see my Twitter picture, right? That's hey.
Spent I've spent literally about $60 in Hooters this holiday.
Yeah, buddy.
Fucking terrible.
Dude,
it's nothing like.
Go to a strip club. That's where all the hot girls are in Vegas. They're not at Hooters.
I know. It's my mate. He's obsessed with it.
They're grinding for that bill.
Do they have
Exactly.
a tilt-a-kilt in Vegas, which is like
tilt-a-kilt?
Hooters, except for they wear short Scottish kilts? The girls do.
We have Twin Peaks here. That's the new Hooters.
Twin Peaks. Oh my dear lord. Oh God, I don't know. I tell you all. I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but I'll tell you all about it in party chat some other time.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, baby.
Yes. Exactly.
And you don't want it
Exactly.
recorded, Dan.
No, I don't want it
Because you know I'll
recorded.
end up using it anyway.
You're going to use this. I know you are.
Blackmail.
Yeah. Right, guys. I've got to go. I've got to go. I'll get coffee or something. But I'll speak to you all in the week. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Take care. Bye.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Bye.
Fun times. Anyway, Peebs, I see you've got your the dude who you paid off to come on here.
Excuse me. I had, since last week's podcast went out, been inundated with people messaging me. Can I come on and
Bullshitter.
pick up the Walking Dead? So I've just had to pick one out of a hat, and here he is.
Sakes.
Yeah, Peeps really wanted you on.
He's been briefed what to
So
say.
how much did you pay him, Peeps? Because no one in their right mind could really enjoy that crap game.
He got his son to do that shit.
An autographed pair of monkey pants.
Yeah.
Well, save it for the potty.
The rails are already coming. The wheels are already coming off.
Oh, just
Right, what's the order?
The order is... Right. Am I going to have to write this down?
Well, there's like 80 fucking 5 people, so I would hope
Can we get Mr. Monday on? We need 10. Carl, are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Carl.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Carl.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm not too bad.
Good, man. Nice to see you. Come on.
Yeah, I'm always willing to jump on. This is like the birthplace of Carl 360 right here.
That's it.
Indeed.
No, I'm fucking dead.
No, you're not. You're alive.
No, I'm dead on this game.
What's the order, Webby?
Right, I've just written it down.
Okay.
Colin, Josh, Clocky, Jared, Ilmatic, Cole, Peebs, and then Peebs will introduce Ash and explain why Ash is here. Hi, Ash. How are you?
Hi, you're right.
All good. What football top is that wearing? I can't quite make it
West
out.
Ham.
West Ham.
Yeah, it's
Did
the
someone's ear get bitten off today on football?
Arm.
No.
someone's arm.
Someone got bit.
Oh, was that it? Oh, God. That's like part of the job, isn't it?
And he's probably a descendant of the Mayans. All of this is coming together.
He's probably got rabies now as well. Right, should we do this thing?
Yes.
Okay. I might get quite emotional in this podcast, I must tell you now.
Okay, keep the whiskey flowing. Is
'Cause,
Leon
well,
under
I've been
instructions?
drinking since like... What time did we
Yep.
go to the barbecue? 3 o'clock this afternoon, so... yeah. But it's the last 360 GamerCast, man. I just can't believe it. Right, anyway.